Welcome to the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep.
Touchdown, Braylon Edwards.
Braylon Edwards, touchdown, Michigan. Running pattern to Edwards, touchdown, Michigan.
Where we bring you the best in sports, entertainment, and insight. Join us every weekday from 2 to 4 p.m. as we break down the latest games, analyze the biggest plays, and dive into the hottest topics in sports. We'll have exclusive interviews with your favorite athletes and guests, and you'll get a front row seat to all the action. So tune in to the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep.
Got one-on-one going end zone. Edwards in the air. Oh, what a catch by Braylon Edwards. His second touchdown of the game.
On the Woodward Sports Network, where sports comes to life.
What is going on? Welcome into the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep. I'm your host, Braylon Edwards. Feeling good, looking good over there. That's my host. It is Matt Shepard.
You don't look like D-Walt there. You look like you.
That's Be Easy right there. That's Be. That used to be my nickname, but then when I came to the network, and Easy, shout out to the heavyweights, kept it from 5 to 7 daily here on Woodward Sports Network. But Easy was easy, so I said, you know what? I'll let you have Easy. You know
so
I retired it.
What was your favorite nickname? Was it
6.
6.
Yeah.
Okay.
For touchdown.
So you've had, how many nicknames have you had?
B,
Yeah.
B-Man, and Be Easy, B-Man, and 6.
Okay.
B-Man was my dad. Like, it wasn't my favorite nickname. But, like, you know, shout out to Dad. He tried. I was like 12. He put on the back of our T-shirts for a track, Maximum Output. He put the B-Man. I was like, who the hell is that? So who the hell is that? But
Trying to do something? Yeah.
you know, I put B Easy,
All right.
and 6.
Kool-Aid, you
My
got just the
faves.
one.
Shout
All
out to Kool-Aid in the building. A nickname.
He only has the one nickname, but he literally goes, like, you would think that's on his license, his driver's license.
He's more Kool-Aid than Brandon Dent.
For sure.
Right.
I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't know what his first name was.
Right.
I do not know
It's cool.
his first
It's cool.
name. I thought it was always
Last name
Kool-Aid.
Aid.
The Kool-Aid comes from a very warm spot in everybody's heart. But it does mean that he's drinking the Kool-Aid of every team in Detroit.
Oh, my God. Oh, yeah.
Just supporting my team. Supporting my team.
Speaking of support, man, let's support our new guy in the audio booth, man. Speaking of another Braylon, shout out to Brendan. Brendan in the audio booth. What's up, brother?
Hey, what's going on?
What's your what's the
original.
nicknames you've had over your life?
B, that's usually my parents.
Okay.
And then B Lad, since my last name is Lad.
B-Ads. Okay.
B
fair.
Lad.
So B Lad is
I like that.
the generational nickname. It should be on my birth certificate at this point, to be honest.
Is that what everybody called you?
Yes.
B.
Like
Lad.
if someone calls me Brendan, it's like foreign to me.
Okay.
Like, nowadays,
So you almost don't even answer.
Well, I answer just because my parents, like, it's either B or Brendan for my parents, so I'm still
Right.
used to that. But when I'm at school, playing football, that kind of stuff, that was all B Lad.
Speaking of football, man, shout out to the Lawrence Tech graduate. You know what position he played over there?
Take a guess.
I would guess a tight end.
Close.
That's like a Delaney Walker type tight end, short and fast. I played with Delaney too. No, Shep.
Wide receiver?
Wide receiver, baby.
Oh, okay.
We in the building.
Outside the numbers?
Yep. Yeah, I was a perimeter. To be honest with you, this last season, because I came off of 2 knee surgeries back in 22 and 23.
See, we're real
I was a
brothers.
decoy.
Yeah, you are now,
I
yeah.
was a
What do you
decoy,
mean?
big decoy. So they would either have me running off with a dig underneath me, or I'm taking anything within like a stake route within 10 yards.
I'm gonna tell you like this: to be a decoy means that you are a problem. Because to be a decoy, that means people have to feature you. So when I hear decoy, I hear like, oh yeah, he was nice.
I was the best decoy in the NAI.
There we go. Shout out.
Who did everybody compare you to? If you say
Adam
Isaac
Thielen-
Tesla,
Adam
it's going to piss
Thielen,
me
Cooper
off.
Cup.
Adam Thielen, and I also
So
back
all-
in.
Sport is very racist.
All white receivers.
I was just
Well,
about to say,
actually, no,
sports
I
is
got-
very
Am
racist.
I wrong? All white receivers?
I got called Mike Evans back when I could jump before
Oh,
my first knee
okay.
surgery. So,
Okay,
yeah,
that's
I was-
unique.
I like that.
I like that's my more style of play. I like the physical receiver.
I
I,
can't-
like route runners though. I can't discredit a route runner because that's just a work of art. But like you 50-50 ball, that's me all day.
I came into the league and they're very racist in very places as it relates to like sport. Like sport, it just is. You see a white guy with a Cooper flag, it's like, oh man, he's gonna be next Larry Bird. Why the hell does he got to be Larry Bird?
That's so
It's
true.
always like,
It's
hey,
like,
because
why can't he be the next KD? Well, I'm
Yeah.
not saying he is, but
Because I wore 19 too, so everyone's like, it's Thielen.
when I came,
Yeah,
speaking of 19,
yeah.
when I came to the league, I'm 6'3.5", and I think they measured me 6'3.5", 6'3.5", wide receiver, whole 9 yards. Keyshawn Johnson,
Sure.
that's the mode. They were like Keyshawn Johnson, Terrell Owens. I didn't mind.
But that's because of the body, not because because of the color of the skin.
Yeah.
He's being compared because of the color of skin.
but
It's
I
like
gotta
it's
say
like
Bill-
that.
they didn't
It's like
take, but they didn't give me Joe Jurevicius.
Because you're faster than Joe
They didn't,
Jurevicius.
well, they didn't give
Joe
me.
Jurevicius wasn't fast.
Okay, why didn't they give me Easy Ed?
Ed McCaffrey?
Easy Ed.
Maybe they didn't know who he was, but that's a great point.
He's got 2 Super Bowls. 3.
Okay.
He's got 3 of them.
Yeah.
I want to be Joe. I want to be Easy Ed.
Okay.
But instead, I had to be a black guy.
Yeah. Well, hey, listen. I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
And that happens with black quarterbacks all the time.
Very-
Who are you being compared to? Hey,
Very true.
Doug Williams is being compared to who? James
Nobody
Harris.
at the time.
James Harris.
Oh, very
Oftentimes,
true.
yeah. Randall Cunningham. Who you?
Yeah.
Tough to compare him to anybody because he was so unique, right?
Not now.
Not-
Not now. You can compare. Hey, Josh Allen's next to Randall Cunningham.
Yeah, you can do that.
Psych.
I hope people do that. I mean, I don't see what the big deal has always been, but it is interesting how it is. Even Cooper Flagg, most recently, what are we going to do?
Dirk Nowitzki.
Dirk Nowitzki, yeah. Why? Because he played for Dallas. No, that's because he's a tall white guy. That's why.
He definitely can play. Speaking of tall white guys, man, I watched the 49ers doc last night.
Did you enjoy it?
I did. I fell asleep right where they get to the point where it's the changing of the guard between Steve and Joe. Not quite happened yet, but it's interesting. It's some things in there. This is the first doc that gave me something new on my favorite team growing up, which is the 49ers.
I think my favorite part during the doc episodes.
Don't worry. We know there was a major trade. I mean, a major acquisition yesterday. We will get into it. This is the most major trade that we've had about the last 5, 6, 7 years here in Detroit. So we will get into what Chris Ilitch and those boys cooked
Good
up
for him.
yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, that's
100%.
big news. It's massive.
We've
news.
asked for it, so it's massive. It's major.
But my favorite part is the reaction of the players while they're watching things. Like there's a spot where Ronnie Lott is looking and he's celebrating
Man, he was so
getting to
good.
the Super Bowl. He was.
He's top.
It's hard to
3 DB of
it's
all
hard to
time.
say he's underrated, but
He is.
I don't think enough is people talk about. Like when people talk about safeties, immediately it's like Troy Polamalu, Ed Reed. It's like they wish they were Ronnie Lott. That's how good Ronnie Lott was. Okay, he's my favorite. He and Charles Woodson are probably my favorite
that's not bad.
D-backs all time. Okay, Darryl Green too.
two
I
Raiders.
really like Darryl Green. I thought Darryl Green was really underrated. He had a long career.
Ronnie doesn't get the love because he didn't play DB long enough for people to pay attention to how good he was at just DB, and
Right.
then how great he was at safety.
Yeah.
Like Charles, you saw him as DB, then safety.
He's
like
not the
Rod
first-
Woodson, you saw him as DB,
Yeah.
then safety. Ronnie's
Right.
kind of like you forgot how great he
great he
was.
was as a
His rookie year,
That's when they went to the Super Bowl.
like
And
his
he-
rookie year is arguably the best rookie year for a DB ever.
Yeah, had crazy numbers.
9 picks,
Yeah,
4 pick sixes, pick 6 in the Super Bowl.
Yeah. You had to watch out for him.
Yeah.
Right?
He'll knock
but
you out.
he's not the first guy to make the transition from corner to safety. I think Donnie Shell did that for Pittsburgh back in the day. Ask your dad about Donnie Shell. He was a badass. But then
My
you've
dad
got
and my grandfather. Which one? I'm just
your dad would know.
Okay.
Yeah. Or your grandfather probably know too. But anyway, so you got Donnie Shell, he goes corner safety. Ronnie Lott goes corner safety. And of course, Charles Woodson makes the same. Rod Woodson did the same thing.
That's
and,
right.
And yeah, he's and I love
Purdue
Rod
legend.
Woodson.
Big
Yeah.
Ten.
Yeah. And track guy.
He was world renowned speed.
Yeah.
But he chose football.
Good dude. Worked with him for a little bit.
Yeah, 100%.
So you want to dive into this Tigers deal here?
Why
This is massive.
let the people wait? We've been begging for a move in the city of Detroit. All 4 sports teams, mind you, all of them. We've been waiting for the big guy that you bring in that just moves the needle. Framber Valdez is just that.
Yeah, this is probably all the 3 of us. Brendan, you and I were talking before the show. Probably the biggest move since Patrick Kane signed with the Red Wings. Probably since I fill in the blank for the Lions. I mean, I said Kevin Zeitler, but he doesn't have this cachet. And Blake Griffin for the Pistons. That would probably be the equivalent to this. Framber Valdez is, and we talked about it on your show yesterday. We were talking about, is it Chris Bassett? Is it Lucas Giolito? Is it Framber Valdez? I said I really wanted Valdez.
you called it.
Eats a lot of innings. This is a fantastic move for the Tigers. You have to nitpick your way through any argument to see how this is a negative. You get him in his prime years, you're spending a lot of money, but that's oftentimes what you're going to have to do to get a quality guy. You have covered yourself for a couple of years just in case, and you are a matchup nightmare.
Yeah.
When you've got Skubal, Valdez, Mize, Olsen, Flaherty, Melton, Anderson, whatever. You go 6 pitchers deep, you got 3 lefties and 3 righties. All right? This is a massive deal for the Tigers, and it not that they weren't already, Braylon. They're first place in the division.
What they
without
give him
question.
$19 million for all that, right?
First of all, it's our show. There you go. It's our show. Let's start there. Second of all, this is a massive move. I got some questions around the move, but the first thing I think about, you got a workhorse, and the difference is between the Evander Kane move and the the Blake Griffin move is he's in his prime. Like when Blake Griffin got here, his back was messed up. He couldn't dunk anymore. Like we never saw Blake dunk one time here. And then his first game in the Nets, all of a sudden we see a dunk. Yeah. And I think the same with Kane. Kane's still a hell of a player, but he's nowhere near, neither are they, where Framber Valdez is right now.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Framber Valdez, he's going to play in his 32 season. So you get him for
it's the
32.
Workhorse, man.
You get him for 32, 33, 34.
100%.
I love deals like this from a organizational standpoint. I don't necessarily like him if I'm the player or I'm the player's agent. I love the fact that they get him 3 years, and then you can reevaluate. You are not on the hook until this dude is late in his career, and that's exactly what I wanted for a guy like Tarek Skubal. I would like a 4-year deal, maybe a 5-year deal, rather than the long-term deal, but that's just me. But now you've got back-to-back southpaws who are strikeout guys and eat some innings by today's standards, okay? The only thing I would remind you is that there are some legitimate reasons why some people might be slightly concerned with this. From the baseball standpoint, his strikeout rate has gone down each of the last 3 years. Minimally, but it's still gone down.
Right.
His walk rate in the last 3 years has gone up minimally, but it has gone up each of the last 3 years. And his hard hit rate has gone up as well. That's not necessarily a good sign. And the hard hit rate from last year to this year is well above league average. Overall, I love it. I said you've got to be nitpicky to get there, but there are some reasons why some people might be slightly concerned about those trends when you're pitching.
Shep, 5 quick questions about this deal. Are you ready? You're on the seat. Are you ready?
Huh?
All right. Question 1, since you bring that up. If we're starting game 1 of the LDS tomorrow, who you giving the ball to? Scoobs is the guy.
Without question.
Without a doubt. He's still the guy.
Not even close.
Okay. You know what?
I don't even think this is 1A and 1B. It's 1A, or it's 1, it's 2.
Okay.
He is not Tarek Skubal.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
Now, I will say this. He's a ground ball pitcher. Okay?
Yeah.
You don't have a very good defensive infield. So that concerns me a little bit.
At least not on the left side, yeah.
Well, I don't think Gleyber Torres' range is minimal. He's a negative in defensive run saves.
Yeah, kind of forgot about him.
So none of them are overly very good.
Right.
They're not even above average.
Right.
At best, they're average. Okay? Sorry, go ahead.
Brendan, let's bring you in on this one then. You and Shep, you guys are having some fun. I'll bring you in.
Yeah,
the
signing, game 1?
100%. Here we go. Does signing Valdez make it easier to eventually trade Skubal for a haul, or does it mean the Tigers are finally ready to carry 2 $30 million pitchers?
Yeah, I mean, right away, I initially thought that's why they brought him in, is to trade him. But
no,
at this point, they're making it. It's make or break this year. So keeping Skubal and him, that's your 1-2 punch. Mind you, keeping Valdez as well, or signing Valdez, it also gives room for Job and Melton and even Olsen, to be honest, because he was injured for a good amount of the year last year.
He's always been injured.
To get healthy, to get more comfortable. So
yeah, I would.
Okay.
I don't think it makes a bit of difference. Quite honestly, I think you're either going to sign him or not, and we went over this yesterday. You're going to lose Torres after this coming year with $22 million. You're going to lose Baez after this year with $25 million. You're going to lose Flaherty after this year with $20 million, and you're going to lose Kenley Jansen after this year with $11 million. That's $78 million. Okay? You're going to fill those voids primarily with young, inexpensive players. I think you can still do a Tarek Skubal deal and keep Valdez. They're not just $30 million players. Valdez is $38.3 per year, and Skubal's going to be a minimum of $40 million. I don't think this means you've got to take advantage of it right now. Even if you lost Skubal, you had him as a 1, and you had Jackson Jobe, who will probably not pitch this year. He'll be back the following year. Depending on what happens with Olsen and Mize and whether or not they can stay healthy, you can find another starting pitcher to back end your rotation. What I like about this is you have a legitimate 1, a legitimate 2. Everybody is slotted, quote unquote, where they should be. Mize is a 3,
Okay.
Flaherty's a 4, and then you've got Anderson as a 5. or Melton as a 6, who I think has as good a stuff as anybody else outside of Skubal in the entire rotation.
Last question, we'll stick with the pitcher since we're talking about that right now. Does this take pressure off the young arms, or does it create a perform or get out type of atmosphere?
Well, I hope it was always a perform or get out atmosphere anyway. I would say it's probably a little less pressure because of who you're quote-unquote going up against, even though that doesn't always work. We think it's ace versus ace, and it doesn't always happen that way. No, I think it's fine. I think it pushes them. Casey Mize wants to be better than Tarek Skubal. They came up through the minors together. He wants that contract. He wants that hardware. He wants that attention. There's nothing wrong with that. I think it's great. You wanted it when you were a receiver. Everybody wanted you as a wide receiver. What's wrong with internal competition? I think it's fantastic.
I 100% agree.
Yeah. And by the way, I'd also say this. The people who think that Tarek Skubal is upset at something like this, I think Tarek Skubal is clicking his heels, clapping, high-fiving, and smiling ear to ear over something like this. This makes him with more ammunition to go into the free agent market and say, I'm a lefty, so is he. He just signed the richest AAV in the history of the sport for a left-handed pitcher. It wasn't Clayton Kershaw. It wasn't some of the great lefties, Randy Johnson of the past.
With no
it's Framber Valdez with no back-to-backs.
Yeah, 1,000%. He's happy about that.
Right, and now Tarek Skubal gets to go, oh, more ammunition for me? Like he needed any more? This is awesome for him.
Enough about the roster, just the move in itself. When you see this, we saw it on the show yesterday. Obviously, we had a chance to kind of digest the information and think about what it means moving forward. Hey, what does this mean for Chris Ilitch and this era? Like, what did this move in your mind signify? Because this happens. A lot of people have been clamoring. Is he going to make a big move? Is he scared to spend the money? Will they bring somebody in here? All these questions that have gone on the last 3 years, and now you got a guy in a move that you didn't expect.
How do you view him? How do you view him as an owner? Without comparing him to his father, how do you view him as a Major League Baseball owner? Is he a guy who spends or no?
I think he's a guy who spends. I think he's a guy trying to figure it out. I think on the hills of Alabila and what that looked like, he was learning how to be an owner. He's learning how to pick his spots. You got to learn by getting burned from time to time. You got to learn by getting your hands dirty. I think now he's starting to find the groove. I think maybe he has a guy in Scott Harris that he trusts enough to open up a little bit more, to listen to a little bit more. And that move, that relationship has got Framber Valdez in a space and a time that you didn't think that the move like this was getting made. We're so focused on what's going on with Tarek Skubal and arbitration. So I'd say I like this move. I like where it's going because it's no time to wait. We keep saying now, strike now, and he did.
I went to Sport Track
I like it.
after you and I had this brief conversation via text with Kool-Aid, who didn't answer. But anyway, when we look at Sport Track, I thought, okay, where does this put Detroit in terms of tax payroll for Major League Baseball?
Yeah.
How much spending is enough? They're 11th.
I was going to say 12th.
Okay, so you're right. They're right there. The tax payroll is $222,759,582.
It's
okay.
It's nothing to complain about.
Okay.
There's nothing to complain about.
It's what did we say yesterday? There's a handful of teams we think can afford Skubal once he becomes free agency. Two of the teams we named, you said them: San Francisco, Texas, and then the Angels.
And Angels.
Detroit more than those three teams right now.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean those teams are done. I'm just telling you, more than right now. All right, by far and away, more money spent than anybody in the division. Now, I'm not defending Chris Ilitch here. All right,
no.
But I have said before, he has spent money. It's how you spend the money more important than anything else, and the type of contracts that you are tied into. When Javier Baez signed here, everybody was, hey, this is awesome, man. We got one of our marquee shortstops. Yep. Now you can't stand it. Yeah, now you can't stand it. Gleyber Torres signed.
He was an all-star.
He was an all-star. It's center field, but not.
Very true.
Everybody, what about when Gleyber Torres signs? That's $22 million for a second baseman. I mean, I didn't like it. I wouldn't have spent that much money on him, but that's the qualifying offer. That's at least money. I mean, he's at least spending it, right?
Cool. Let me ask you a question. Let me bring it to the Detroit Lions, if you will. How much of this move by Chris Ilitch, the Tigers, being aggressive, going after space where they know they have a team that is, they went to the ALC, not the ALCS, but the ALDS 2 years in a row. They know they got a squad. They know they're close. How much of that is predicated on what the Lions have done? Because we know our organizations pay attention to each other. They talk to each other. They're in cahoots with each other from time to time. How much is it the Detroit Tigers looking at the Lions like, we we want to keep the momentum we have and kind of stay ahead of the curve.
I'm sure that has to be something in the back of their minds, but I'm hoping the way that the AL, their playoff got kind of dashed the last couple of years. I'm hoping that that's fresh in their minds too, and getting another arm so it's not just Skubal out there from a pitching standpoint by the time you get to the playoffs, and as well as during the season. It gets kind of tiring when you want to say that you're a World Series team, but the only pitcher that you can say, we know we're getting a dub with this guy, is a Skubal. And so those are the things where we kept hearing it. If they're going to keep Skubal this year, make it one of those years where you're going all in. And one of those things was, in addition to maybe a bat or two, was go out there and get a real arm. Shep, he completely kind of jarred me last year when he got to the show.
Yeah, he opened up.
And he was just like, look, I know they're hot right now, but who's your number 2 starter in the playoffs? And so we're not asking those questions this year. And I think this is a very, very good step in the right direction for a lot of fans. I do agree with you, though, in terms of, not capitalizing on what you've had right in front of you, seeing some of the other teams do that as well and it not work out in their favor. I'm hoping that this is something that helped push that a little bit in this direction.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to play this team in short series. Would not want to play it.
Not at all.
No, I mean, because you've got 2 guys who can throw 7 shutout innings at you, and then you've got a bullpen. They have strength in their bullpen. Pitching-wise, they're in really good shape, right? I know these teams follow one another, and that's great. I hope Scott Harris isn't making moves just because Brad Holmes didn't, or Steve Yzerman's got to make a move because Trajan Langdon did.
Not necessarily like that. What I meant more so is when you watch a team in your hometown, in your town, team in which you own a team, and you're watching where that team has gone, where they rose to, what the steps they took to get there, and then you see 2 seasons in a row, they kind of maybe took a step back because of some of the things they didn't do. You're not making a move because they didn't. You're equating it to yourself. Like, are we going to sit here and just try to play the draft game and the we'll see what we have game, and eventually our guys will fill out and figure it out, and we'll keep making enough small moves to where we'll get to that next point? Or are we going to look at our momentum as starting to taper off and go down? You know what? While we have this momentum, while we're here, let's go in and make a move. And I hope the Detroit Lions look at this because there are some players that are available this offseason.
Talk about it.
Oh, excuse me, I said out loud.
I'm looking forward to that discussion. Right. I really am. But you know how things work in today's social media where people are just jumping to specific conclusions. I mean,
that's fair.
This really does put a lot of pressure, I think, on the entire team, only from this standpoint. The Tigers are now outspending the other 4 AL Central teams by an average of almost $100 million. Okay? No one else in the division is at $55 million. Okay? So when you know that, you see that, you wanted them to spend money, they're spending money. Now it's up to the players to win.
Yeah.
Okay? It's up to the players to get the job done. The manager and the coaches to make certain guys better, put them in the right situations. I have full faith A.J. Hinch will do that. Jack Flaherty can't go out there pee his pants, okay? He's got to go out there and get the job done. Casey Mize has to do as well this year as he did a year ago. And it's interesting because Kool-Aid said that, and I understand why he says it, for sure.
14 wins?
But yeah, I mean, he's like, we know Tarek Skubal's the guy. Well, I mean, Tarek Skubal is, and I you know how I feel about him, right?
Yeah.
But who had the most wins last year on this team?
Casey Mize.
Yeah.
Right.
He was an all-star. Right?
Must
He had
see
the same losses as Tarek Skubal. Now, he didn't pitch the innings, and we get that. He doesn't have the electric stuff. He doesn't have the strikeout stuff. But Mize had 14 wins. I would feel pretty good right now, anyway. I don't know what they're going to pitch like. Maybe Valdez arm falls off. Who knows?
Like some of them Skubal losses was like 14 Ks.
Yeah, it's 2-1.
It's like 2-1. But you're absolutely right.
But if you're going into a short series, best 2 out of 3 against Cleveland or against Boston, and in a 3-game series, you got to throw Skubal, Valdez, and Mize.
Yeah,
I feel pretty good.
Yeah.
Now you got to score runs. That's the big question.
Where does this team rank in AL right now, just based off this move? I know it's early, Shep. I know a lot is going to come down.
See, Toronto would be 1.
Yep.
Probably the Tigers would be 2 because of that pitching. Yankees and Red Sox are in there too.
Okay.
They're right there. But they were there last year.
They were.
Okay? Got to score runs.
Last
I
2
say this
years.
all the time. I love the pitching and defense. Now, I don't like Detroit's infield defense. I like their outfield defense. But I'm big on pitching and defense. They need the right-handed stick, and hopefully somebody comes through with that. Maybe that's within the organization already. But if you're going to bring up Kevin McGonigal at some point in June, he's a lefty. Yep. Carpenter's a lefty. Meadows is a lefty. Green is a lefty. McKinstry's a lefty. Your power surge from the right side has to stay consistent with Torkelson and maybe an elevated Dylan Dingler.
Does a move like this, because I'll answer first, does a move like this make you believe that they will go and get that bat? Because now they're not playing games anymore. To me, I'm telling you, the shock value that we witnessed at 3:55 before the show was over, like I hadn't witnessed that shock value in a long time. I haven't been in Detroit. I just moved back in 2014. So you have to go back to before then for me to get shock value like that. So to answer the question for me, yes. I believe that I can trust them to go get that bat after this move. What say you?
I don't trust them to get that bat before the season begins.
Okay.
I trust them to get the bat at the trade deadline. Exactly right. is what I would say.
Would that be the right move for you? Would that be the way you go?
I don't think there's anybody worth getting. From a free agent standpoint, I can't see. I'm trying to think right now, and I apologize. I'm not necessarily full of everybody who's available in free agency right now. But I mean, there's nobody that I think it would have been. I'm not a huge fan. Well, I really like Bo Bichette. Yeah. Not as much defensively, but I really don't like him offensively. I was going to say it would have been maybe a guy like Eugenio Suarez on a 1-year deal.
Cincinnati.
Yeah, but Cincinnati. Right. So there's really nobody else that I can think of that fits that void.
What do you guys think about this, though? You got people like Randall who feel like now that we have Valdez.
Hey, hold on. Shout out. Can I give Randall some love? I randomly was in here. Not randomly. I was in the studio. I was in the conference room connected to the studio yesterday. I was in early. So I was here when BDE was just about to start. I could see the board. I could see the comment section through the glass, and I'm reading. Randall Smalls is on a whole nother show trying to talk about getting me into the College Football Hall of Fame. Randall, I love you, brother. I appreciate you. Hey, lobbying on another show, I appreciate you.
He's a good man.
I noticed that, and I want to comment on you. But go ahead. See what Randall
Why don't you do it on social media, too, and then we'll just pick up right where you left off and keep it rolling. I would love to have somebody on. I digress here, but I don't care. I would love to have somebody on from the College Football Hall of Fame and just ask them, can you give me the credentials, and then move on from there before we corner them and ask them one person's specific credentials, player A credentials, and why they're not in there. Then they can say, well, that player A, who's player A? And then I can just look to my right and whistle.
They're gonna say, CNR. Go ahead, Kool-Aid.
Oh man,
the little yin yang twins right there. Go ahead and start it. Made it. Can't sing anymore of that song. It's a little.
Hey, see, look, I got that bar though. Randall Smalls.
Get the sensor going.
Shout out. He does say this though. He likes Braylon, obviously, but with Scooble,
thank you.
He says he's a little bit tired of the BS. Just trade him. He doesn't want to be here. Bye-bye. I've seen some people say now that they have Valdez, does that make it somewhat of a possibility while the Tigers and Scooble are going through what they're going through?
Why do you think he believes Scooble doesn't want to be here? Didn't he make the whole trek around Michigan State and NFL and Red Wings and Pistons and giving hugs to Cade Cunningham and taking pictures with thumbs up?
But hold on though, you have to be careful because there are corporations that have 501c3s and charities just for tax write-offs. They do things just for another reason sometimes. Okay. Not saying that was Scooble, but just because he did the tour doesn't mean it, because I know many CEOs that are horrible people, but they got great charities. They got great foundations.
Yeah, for sure. 100%. With a smile and a wink.
What?
Yeah, I don't think it's that he doesn't want to be here. I don't think that's fair to put on an athlete. Yeah. I'm not going to sit here and claim that this is the only place he wants to be.
He feels like the contract would be done by now if he did want to be here.
Well, it's hard to argue with that because, as I've said, constantly and bemoaning the fact that I hate when athletes, no offense, sit there and tell me it's out of their hands because it's bullcrap. Okay, you're the guy in charge. You're the boss. You're the CEO of you. Bray's the CEO of himself. His agent goes to the Jets or the Browns or the Seahawks or the San Francisco 49ers and says, you know what? Sorry, I don't have any control over it. No, bullcrap. Braylon could say, get the deal done. Everybody else is done. You got breaking news? Yeah. Go right ahead.
Traded,
just just on Scooble winning that arbitration deal.
He did win it?
Yeah, Jeff Passan from
Passan.
ESPN.
Yeah.
Passan, he says, two-time reigning American League Cy Young winner Terry Skubal won his arbitration case and will make $32 million this year, sources tell ESPN. Skubal's bet to go for the largest salary ever in the arbitration system paid off, as he'll make $13 million more than the Tigers argue.
Scott Boras is eating steak and drinking an expensive bottle of wine tonight.
Oh, he sure
Get
is.
paid.
What's so funny about this is yesterday when the deal got announced, Tarek Skubal replied, and this goes to what you were talking about. Tarek's happy.
Yeah.
And he 1,000% was happy. He said, drinks on you. Or he said, dinner's on you.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? Framber should text him back. And right back at you.
The apps are on you.
Like what?
Yeah.
That's what, 35.
So you've got $70 million in two arms.
That's-
Okay, you've got Framber Valdez 38.3 per year.
Yep.
Okay, so it's 3 years, 115, highest AAV, and you've got Skubal at 32.
That's the thing. It is 35 a pop, 70 caught up in 2. But those 2 are at the top of the list.
Yeah.
Those 2 are at the top.
So you've got those two guys
2 and 5, I think.
those two guys making more than teams in the division. I don't want to hear they don't spend any money. Now, you could argue, wait a minute, Chris didn't spend the money. Skubal had to win it.
Now
Is
he's
Chris
spending
still
the
writing
money.
the check, yes or no? I'm just asking. You're damn right he is.
Yeah,
So
100%.
I don't want, again, I'm not sitting there sticking up for Chris Ilitch, but that's $70 million between two arms. That's it. Oh, and by the way, if you throw another guy in there, that's $90 million because of Jack Flaherty.
This is the first deal that City of Detroit, sports related, top 4 have made that the whole deal had its own segment on sports shows.
Right.
Like every move the Detroit, whether it's the Pistons, Lions, Red Wings, Tigers, the moves, they're on the ticker.
Yeah.
Those
Yes,
where you see
yes.
that DJ Reed was on the ticker. Zadarius Smith was on the ticker.
Yeah.
All these moves are on the ticker. This is the one that was like breaking news. Hey,
Yeah,
hold on.
yeah.
The hell what we were talking about at the Super Bowl, Framber Valdez now Detroit Tiger. That felt good.
Yeah.
I don't care about the shows, but I care about the product placement of Detroit.
Isn't that something, man?
Yeah.
What's the argument now? I get how people are when they feel about certain. Remember, I've always said this. How you feel about Kool-Aid, it's tough to move you off that spot. How you feel about Michigan, tough to move you off that spot. Okay, it's hard to change people's minds.
Yeah. It's fair.
Well, now
Very
that
true.
you've got this, what's the complaint and the bitch going to be about? What do you think it is?
Man, I hate something. They'll find something.
Seems like people always do. All right.
Why are the tickets so high? That's coming next.
Sure.
Why are the tickets
They got to
so
make it
high?
up some way.
What? 1,000%.
Yeah. All right, quick timeout. After this from Ben Johnson, Art and Jakes, we got a lot of football talk coming up regarding the Super Bowl and the best top 10 catches of Super Bowl history. 5 of them, Braylon will break it down, and Braylon's breakdown coming up here.
Excited to have a fellow wide receiver to bounce some ideas back off of.
This will be good. Kool-Aid and I are going to go play checkers.
We were watching something earlier, and he reminded me of who my coach was. I'll let you know what that was. Look, VEN Fights. That's where you need to go. Anything happens as it relates to the court of law, he is your guy. He is the fighter. Let him fight for you. Been fighting for a very long time with a very high rate of efficiency. They get it done. Settlement, verdict, doesn't matter. They want all the smoke. Man, that music sounds good. You know how you reach him? VENFights.com. Hit the fighter up.
No matter what team you root for, game day is different. You know that, but it's even more different at Art and Jakes. Woodward Sports is bringing you round 2 of the Michigan State Hoops Watch Party. We invite you there Saturday, March 8th, Art and Jakes in Northville. Spartans this time traveling to Ann Arbor, and we're locked in. Wall-to-wall screens, killer food, ice-cold drinks, great people. It'll be a ton of fun. Mark it on the calendar, March 8th, Art and Jakes in Northville for the Woodward Sports Michigan State Watch Party.
You know how some things are so good they should be world famous, but they're not? Our house-made vinaigrette is one of those things. And the antipasta salad, we drizzle it over. Same with our hand-battered chicken tenders. Original recipe soups and pasta sauces. It's almost as if our original world-famous Detroit-style pizza is mocking them. And that's not very nice.
Like a frostbite straight from the divine. Cold rush on my skin feels so fine. Muscle freeze, it's a ache. No side effects, no mistake. Sub-zero, icy and true. Feel the chill. It's all for you. It's not magic, just science play. Chill Sub-zero.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. ThenFights.com.
When you have everything you need to get stronger, just around the corner, you can give everything you've got.
Just 30 more seconds.
With over 2,800 locations, there's always a Planet Fitness near you. Join the club today and get your first month free. Just $1 down, $15 a month. No commitment. Deal ends Friday, February 13th.
See what you got.
Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet.
Find your sun with Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea. Made with real iced tea and real vodka. Cold, refreshing, and made for moments like these all year long. Let the good times cruise with Sun Cruiser.
Head to WoodwardSports.com and click on Shop. Get the latest in Detroit sports apparel and exclusive Woodward sports gear. WoodwardSports.com can get the whole team outfitted. Love the Pistons, Red Wings, and Tigers? We got something for you, too. Shop online at WoodwardSports.com. Thank you to all the fans for making Woodward Sports your number one online destination for Detroit sports. We promise not to drop the ball.
Who's at Planet Fitness? All new members receive their first month free. I don't know about you, but I love free for most things. Deal ends Friday, February 13th, one day before Valentine's Day. In 2026, Planet Fitness is inviting everyone, whether experienced, routine gym goers, or beginners just starting their fitness journey. We want to bring you in to the gym that matters. We're all strong on this planet. And remember, that planet is Planet Fitness.
We were talking about Art and Jakes a moment ago in that watch party. Wherever you're watching Pistons tonight or the Super Bowl this weekend or Michigan State, whatever game they may be playing, you're watching, and you're watching it with Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea. Why? It is clean. It is crisp. It's a beautiful, beautiful. You know, remember that movie, Old School, where Will Ferrell says, it tastes so good on the lips. That's exactly how you feel.
Once it hits your lips.
With Sun Cruiser. What are you doing this weekend? We're going to go to, Bed Bath & Beyond. Anyway, 100 calories, 4.5% alcohol. Perfect for any party that you might be at or watch party you might be attending. It's Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea. Please drink responsibly.
And we back.
Will Ferrell is amazing as a secondary. He's just great, period. But he's great as a second, third, fourth, fifth dairy character.
Mom,
100%.
Do you ever? Don't you worry that he
not
plays,
the guy?
Don't you worry that he plays the same character all the time?
He used to. I mean, it's
so
different
well.
now. He's more on this kind of serious now. Some of the things I've seen him, he's actually added some layers, as all comedians do.
Like what? What has he been in? I'm unfamiliar.
I got to get the list out, me. But he played a movie where life was it was hitting the bricks. Life was HIT, and
Okay.
it was about his kind of like learning who he was, dealing with some stuff. But all actors kind of go through that. Vince Vaughn, I mean, Ben Stiller's serious now. But to your question, no. Will Ferrell is Will Ferrell from 1999, 2000 to 2009, 2010, undefeated.
I had a hard time when Vince Vaughn was playing in.
I know exactly what you're gonna say. True Detective.
Yeah. Which is season 1 or
season 2.
I'd say season 1. He was in season 2. Season 1 and season 3 are fantastic.
Season 4, not so much.
Not so much. Season 2, not so much. Season 1 might be the best season of any show I've ever watched.
Woody as well as Matthew.
Yeah.
All right.
It really made you think, didn't it?
It did.
It was somewhat disturbing too. Anything else in the chat that we want to get to before we shift gears? We downshift a little bit. That's Braylon's Mach 2 that we're shifting in to some football discussion and some pie in the sky ideas.
Yeah, we do have a couple of super chats here. Obviously, Will I Am with the $5 super chat, who's just happy to. Scuba won the arbitration. We're going to the World Series, he says.
I like it, but that's the type of energy I want. Like this was a good move. Are we gonna go to the World Series? I don't know. I hope so. I think we definitely have a shot to be one of the teams. But this move, it created that type of energy, and that's real energy.
Yeah,
that's real energy. That's what I like about this move for the Tigers. And
I do too.
Yeah.
I want results.
Got to be careful.
And I want results. And my expectation is that they will get some results. I think they are banking on players that they have growing.
Yeah.
And I don't know the delineation between how good a guy already is and if that's his ceiling or if that's just scratching the proverbial surface. So I don't know what that's going to be.
I didn't even know what delineated means until I listened to you and I used my context clues on that one. Shep, I'm glad I got you to laugh because I was going to tell you to smile, but it worked out organically. It worked out organically. There you see how you're smiling up there?
Yeah, I love that. Detroit, by the way, did rank 11th in runs scored a year ago, so in all of baseball. So maybe, I mean, if they can do the same thing, I know people focus on the strikeouts. I get it. I get all this other stuff. Where do they need to be better? Okay, we talked about right-handed power. On base percentage, they could use, make sure they got some guys who can do the pick me up there. They're about middle of the pack a year ago in that regard. So they can inch a few of those up. I think they'll be just as successul.
How was pitching last year for the Tigers? I mean, just quickly, like, was pitching as good for the Tigers last year as it was 2 years ago? Or are they a better pitching team?
They were a better starting pitching team last year.
Okay.
They threw more innings. I say this all the time and ad nauseum. Go back and look at the best teams and where their WAR is, wins above replacement.
Mm-hmm.
You want to be, let's say, on the low end, 26, okay? 26, 30, 31, that's where you want to be. And then you look at where your starting pitcher's innings are. And Detroit was like 17. I would like, you'd like to be somewhere in the high 800s. 2 years ago, Detroit they had the least amount of innings pitched by starting pitchers, the most by relievers. Last year, that was not the case.
Gotcha.
So
okay,
for what that's worth, if you buy into my philosophy, that's my philosophy anyway.
Hey, look, man, you know a lot about the game, man. So the more you know, I can take it. I don't have to take everything.
Right. Yeah. Shift some out if you want.
Okay.
Anything else, Kool-Aid? I want to make sure that we get them because I didn't do a very good job of that yesterday of making sure we got the people in the chat.
Yeah, we definitely have some in the
system. We appreciate you, by the way.
And some of the ones
smash that damn like button.
I feel like they said the hell with us yesterday. They had their own conversation. They said, "Look, we'll just talk about Jaden Ivey. Let you guys do what you do."
Jaden Ivey was special. Everybody by yesterday, but Charles with the $5 super chase says, "I think Detroit teams learning from each other, being pressed by each other." He says, "Steel sharpens steel. Hope our colleges can learn too. Knowledge is power." And you know what? We did see early on in the Lions' tenure as they started getting going, some of these teams actually show up with their GMs, their coaches, and things of that nature. And then they show up to some of the other events and practices too. So, you know what? Why not learn from somebody who is either doing something the right way or from some of the failures or missteps that you've seen them have?
I'll tell you like this. One thing I noticed when I was in league and I was playing, I didn't notice until I was playing for the Jets. And obviously playing against the Patriots, the run the Patriots have had when they had Brady and Belichick. But I looked at that town as a whole, Shep. Like in the time of 2009, in that 10-year window, Bruins were winning. Mm-hmm. Red Sox were winning. Mm-hmm. Celtics were winning. Patriots were winning. You cannot tell me that they're not eating at steakhouses and from time to time sharing a little bit of conversation here or there. We know people down here that do the same. It's nothing wrong with bouncing ideas off individuals that get it. You don't have to take those ideas, but there's nothing wrong with having those conversations. And when they're good conversations, shoot, let me take a little of that and add that to what I do. Yeah, so
a couple things in the chat. Somebody said, I thought about Kike Hernandez. I called him Enrique because I don't use nicknames in my broadcast, and people used to rip on me, which is fine.
Kiki.
But Enrique Hernandez, I think he's a really good playoff performer. Very, very good playoff performer. Where do you play him? I don't know if I'd want him at third base. I got bad defenders at third base. I'm looking for somebody who's the whole package, and I don't have it. It's kind of like, marrying Kool-Aid. You get the whole package.
Look at that.
Somebody else said in the chat about the Gavin McKenna charges. Is everybody aware of Gavin McKenna?
Yep.
So Gavin McKenna he's going to be the number one pick in the NHL draft. All right. He plays at Penn State.
That's what I thought,
Allegedly, he was in a bar with his team, and his mom was there. And a guy who had one too many shots of whatever came up to his mom and called her a derogatory term.
Oh, yeah, that's Fireball.
Okay? Yeah.
Or whiskey.
Or whiskey. Yeah. He had something, but he had liquid courage. So McKenna went outside with him. 2 punches, dropped him, broke his jaw. All right? He is now being charged. He faces, if guilty, 20 years in prison.
For what?
For aggravated assault.
For some guy being disrespectful to my mom and I broke your jaw? 20 years? Man.
I don't think he'll get that.
I'm not
Right,
saying,
that's what's on the table.
Yeah,
Right,
I'm not
yeah,
saying he was. I'm saying
Right.
that's what it carries.
Yeah.
Okay. When they exchange words, they go outside, and the funny thing is, the report is allegedly punched this person twice in the face. Camera angles, the dude gets dropped, broke his jaw. I think it's fair to say he punched him in the face.
I've always hated that rule, and I get it 100%. Keep your hands to yourself. Don't touch anybody else till you're touched. I understand, but sometimes you want to have the liquid courage to make a comment that may be derogatory, offensive, or an assault. If an assault should be able to be met with an assault. I dealt with a situation like that in Cleveland. I was leaving the nightclub, leaving the situation. I was on my way home. It's one of those nights that we like to party. Like, that's what athletes do. You party after a game, win, lose, or draw. You party
all the time.
Sometimes you party too much. Partying in Cleveland when you're 0-4 was crazy. I was like, what the hell are we doing out? Like, we just lost to Cincinnati. I'm tired of losing. This season sucks. This place sucks. I want out. So I leave.
Man, this place sucks.
It does. So I left the club. Like, shit, I promise. I left at 11 o'clock. It's like 11 o'clock. I'm walking outside. I told my manager, hey, you pay. Here's the credit card. Pay for everything. I'm going to get the car. I'm ready to go. Something has to change in Cleveland. A week prior, I had asked Eric Mangini if there was a way I can be moved. He had a conversation with the full team meeting room. He said, if anybody doesn't buy into what I'm doing here, come up and see me and maybe we can make some plans to move you. I said, bet. I was in his office so fast. Went to talk to him. I said, hey, coach, nothing against you. Just been here. This is my 5th season. Ain't winning in Cleveland. And I said, if you can move me, I could. Fast forward back to that night. Sunday night, I'm leaving. I go outside. Guy that hosts these parties that I know, why you leaving? I'm like, man, cuz this party sucks. The city sucks. I just want out of here, man. I just don't want to be here. And so
Tennessee sucks.
100%. He's offended because he's from Cleveland. That's not my fault.
Yeah.
So then him and his boys, they walk up on me and they say, well, I've always thought you was this and I always thought you were that. And then, So I knocked him out. I knocked one of his homeboys out. And then I got sued for $150,000.
I'm from Detroit, Michigan.
I'm just saying, if you can walk up on me and run your mouth and say something,
right,
and it hits my ears the right way, then that should be assault met with assault, and we should be able to negotiate these terms.
So you had this party.
I didn't have a party.
Oh, I thought
it's just a nightclub.
It's a nightclub.
Every Sunday there was a particular night you go there.
I got you. All right. But you knew these guys though.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Okay. What is that all about? Who does that? Who goes up to somebody they consider a friend or somebody they've hung out with and gets in their face in that regard?
Midgets. Oh, excuse me. Well, I mean, they're not legitimate small people, so it wasn't necessarily a derogatory term. They're regular size. But anyway.
They're regular size.
I'm still pissed about that situation. So I say that to say this. I'm pissed for this young man, Penn State. Takes his mom.
Regular size.
Small, medium, and regular. I'm just pissed, man. He's facing 20 years because somebody disrespected his mom. You know what? Lay off the whiskey.
Lay off. So here was my old school philosophy, and I know I'm wrong.
Why is your mom at the club?
No.
That was my second question.
It might be a restaurant. It might be a restaurant bar. Who's to say they shouldn't be there? I don't know if it's at the club.
I don't know. Penn State doesn't seem like they have a lot of clubs.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
They seem like they have a lot of drunk kids though.
Yeah, this is not Vegas, man. I mean, usually,
I know, right?
You're probably
Happy Valley
sharing a drink with somebody who's just got done milking cows.
Yeah, a lot of house parties.
Yeah,
roll and all that.
Yeah, right. So. My old school line of thinking is, look, I take it outside with you. We fight. Winner goes back in, has his beer. The loser probably
you can go back in and have a beer too.
Yeah, but usually the loser puts the tail between the legs and goes, right?
Yeah.
I mean, high school, we had rumbles.
Yeah.
That's a long time ago, but we had rumbles. If you got a problem with somebody, let's go in the back, and then we finish it, and then it's over. The problem is you can't do that these days because somebody's going to pull a knife. Somebody's going to grab a gun.
Going to take it way too serious.
It's called YNs. But let me ask you this question. Is this because of the NIL? Is this because of how we now look at kids? That we don't look at these 18 through 20, I guess they're 25, the COVID year. we don't look at these 18 to 25-year-old kids as kids. We look at them as grown individuals paying W-2s, getting paid, getting money. You make this. You're a grown man.
Yeah.
You had no business hitting that guy. You know what the rules are, sir.
Yeah.
I think that NIL plays a deal in this.
I think you're right, too. I do. I think you're right. I think, and by the way, that
might still laughing.
Charles,
that might, and by the way, that might make them more susceptible too. I mean,
Yeah.
because of their money, more people feel like
They're
I'm going to get a piece of that.
Because it's the same thing that you would do for a professional athlete.
Yeah.
Like if I'm broke and I go to the bar and I see Isaiah Thomas in '88 and I'm trying to get a quick buck, I'm gonna try to stalk him.
Yeah.
That just happened.
Yeah.
The DK Metcalf situation. He's suing for $100 million. That's another dumb situation.
Yeah.
Like I said, you cannot legitimately premeditatedly stalk somebody for a number of years and then file for assault for $100 million. Give him $5 million and get him out of the courtroom. I give you $5 million.
I'd take it. I'd take a slap to the face like he got for $5 million.
Yeah, it's fair. He deserves something, I guess. 5 is fair. $100 million.
Yeah.
He's suing like
where do people get these money? The figures?
Because you have attorneys that are like, this is what we're going to do. We're going to sue the Steelers. We're going to sue the Lions. We're going to sue Ford Field. We're going to sue DK Metcalf. You start adding these numbers up. I mean, he actually has a little bit of a case as like security in Ford Field and things like that.
He does.
You start adding up what these entities are worth. I mean, Ford's, the security company, the Lions, which is Ford too. DK Metcalf signed a $33 million deal. Why they paid him that, I do not know. So.
And Bray, you got
I need
the
to get on my
chat
soapbox,
lit up,
man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just ranting right now.
No, keep doing it because let me read off some of these comments right now, man. Steve Wilds, hell yeah, Bray.
I punch
Charles
him again, to be
Bosman,
honest.
$2 super chat. Regular size Rudy Braylon. He says, Delonte says, bro, Braylon's on one right now. You got the chat going right now.
I gotta start doing this a little bit more often. He was about like Rudy Rudiger.
We'll contact Gavin McKenna and ask if he can keep it up.
See, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell him I support him. I support all men that protect their mamas.
Yeah,
facts.
He's not a real big guy either, but hockey players know how to fight.
What?
Greg said, zip it or go boxing. That's how it was.
Yeah, amen. You're right, Greg.
Now it's zip it and go all the way to the bank.
It's funny. Before
I like to cash a check.
Before you used to get in a fight and not cry over the law. Okay.
Yeah.
And now it's just the opposite. Let's talk some football, can we? Okay. So I do want to. When we come back, we're going to do the Braylon's breakdown of the wide receivers, and after that, there is a scenario where the Lions could get a lot better, but it might cost a pretty penny. How people feel about that. We'll get to that coming up after Sharon's Heating and Air Conditioning and Jack's Car Wash. Sharon's Heating and Air Conditioning has got you covered, folks. They are reliable. They are experts at what they do. It's as simple as that. They're efficient, and they want to make sure that your system, heating system or cooling system, is running efficiently and safely all season long. If your system ever breaks down unexpectedly, Sharon's Heating and Air Conditioning has you covered. Fast, dependable emergency service. How do you get it? Easy. Phone number is 734-238-3805, or you can go to their website, make it really easy, sharonsheating.com. Make sure you tell them the Braylon Edwards Show sent you.
The best car wash in the state is Jack's Car Wash, and Woodward Sports partner up with them, and we can get you a free car wash. Why don't you text WSN to 888-522-1729. That'll get you a free car wash in Jack's. And while you're there, why don't you pick up the unlimited plan for $29.99 a month? You also can go onto the website at www.jackscarwash.com. The unlimited plan gives you access to free vacuums, compressed air. Look, all the works. You know what it is. I talk about it all the time. In fact, I'll meet you there. See you at Jack's Car Wash today.
And prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You know, you guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
I think you won. We got this guy's got a hot girl.
Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
You know how some things are so good they should be world famous, but they're not? Our house-made vinaigrette is one of those things. And the antipasto salad, we drizzle it over. Same with our hand-battered chicken tenders. Original recipe soups and pasta sauces. It's almost as if our original, world-famous Detroit-style pizza is mocking them. And that's not very nice.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon. Braylon Edwards and Shepard Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you. Looking for your daily sports fix? Look no further. Join Braylon Edwards, the University of Michigan legend.
Lofting it right corner of the end zone for Braylon, up in the air. Touchdown, Michigan!
And Shep.
Do you believe this comeback?
Your favorite sports commentator as they tackle the hottest topics in the world of sports. Catch the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep, Monday through Friday from 2 to 4 p.m. on the Woodward Sports Network. Get ready to laugh, learn, and love sports like never before.
Like a frostbite straight from the divine. Cold rush on my skin feels so fine. Muscle freeze, he's a ache. No side effects, no mistake. Chill Sub-Zero, icy and true. Feel the chill. It's all for you. It's not magic, just science play. Chill Sub-Zero.
Come to any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men and claim your throne for a king's treatment from one of our talented stylists. Open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. Just get to a Lady Jane's today and receive a precision haircut, scalp massage, hot lather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment. A haircut should not be a chore. It should be an experience. And that's exactly what Lady Jane's has to offer. Open 7 days a week, walk-ins are always welcome. There's always a location near you. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. ThenFights.com.
If you're looking to take your relaxation to the next level, I know that you are, so go ahead and scan that QR code to get a jump on this information, all right? You want to visit the Massage Chair House in Bloomfield Hills because it is the largest massage chair showroom in the Midwest. Features top brands like Infinity and Osaki. You're going to want to remember that when you take your visit. Experience the difference with Dr. Eric Duncan, the Wellness Doc, and creator of the #1 YouTube channel for massage chair reviews at The Wellness Doc. Book your visit today at themassagechairhouse.com or simply scan the QR code on your screen. Massage Chair House, it is your ticket to ultimate recovery and relaxation, or just, hey, the best bet, period.
Back just for giving it a shot. Minimum bet just $20. Download the Caesars Sportsbook app today, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports. Again, use code Woodward1000 or scan the QR code on the screen.
And we back.
Oh, and we back. Excited to be back on the show. Shep, how you feeling over there, man?
I feel great, man.
You got a breakdown coming up, man.
I'm excited.
I'm excited because we got a fellow wide receiver here, man. Top 10 Super Bowl catches of all time. Now, we got 5 videos that Kool-Aid was nice enough to do. So my top 5. So what we'll do is we'll do the top 5. We'll show those videos. And then once we're done, then I'll just tell you what the list is, and we can talk about some of your favorite catches.
Very cool.
And then we can see where the conversation goes, man.
Love it.
Everything good? We on and popping? We on and popping 100%. Chill Medicated, you know what time it is. This is Braylon's Breakdown, sponsored by Chill Medicated. Their line of topical products is the real deal. I use the Chill Roll-On 100%. This is the Roll-On cream. Also the topical, I use this before I go to bed. And then this is the Extreme X Body, I want to say it's like an oil you rub on. I use that one as well before the gym.
What do you use after you work out?
After I work out, this one. Because I use this at night.
Okay.
This is kind of, I use my blading. I don't know if you guys know about blading.
What's blading?
I know you know, the metal rod.
Oh, yeah.
And it gets like, it breaks all
That's
that
what it's
stuff.
called. I didn't realize it was called blading.
People call it scraping or blading.
Scraping or blading? Okay.
Scraping sounds like too...
It sounds too close to
blading
cutting.
Sounds like, I'm blading something.
Yeah.
Although that could be negative too.
Yeah.
Where you get the products, go to chillmedicatedcbd.com. And remember, the product is non-transdermal, so you will not get high. I promise you of that, because my mom, she sampled it before too, and she did not get high.
How about that one, Maxx?
Now, I haven't used...
With 2 X's, that's a little tease right there.
I haven't used the Maxx yet, but what I'm eager to try is the Relax. Because I got a feeling this would be a good one to put on like a nice Saturday, maybe Super Bowl around 4 Sunday. Put it on so I feel nice and good.
I thought maybe you put that on when you fell asleep to the Niners game. Or the
I didn't even
Niners,
need it. I was relaxed enough.
Series last
I was
night,
relaxed enough. All right, let's get this thing rocking and rolling. Now, shockingly, I'll just tell you this now. This is the graphic that we use for the top Super Bowl catches. This didn't make my top 5. I think this is a really good catch. I think it's bad defensive play by Rodney Harris. It's a little bit of overrated catch, but it's a good catch. It's not my top 5.
Okay.
Sorry.
Is it top 10?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not going to disrespect it like that.
Okay.
That's like one of the biggest plays in sport history.
Yeah.
So I won't disrespect it.
I agree.
I won't disrespect it like that. We'll start here. This is a Santonio Holmes catch. Hit pause. Yep. We'll start here. Now, the interesting thing about this play, hit pause for me, B-Lad. The interesting thing about this play, they ran the same exact play on the other side. The play before this, Santonio Holmes is open, miscommunication, maybe he dropped it, maybe he didn't. I asked him when he became a Jet, and he told me all you need to worry about was the last play. I said, you're absolutely right. My bad, Mr. MVP. Side note, I hosted Santonio Holmes at Michigan.
At Michigan, no kidding.
I forgot that till just now. I hosted him. Hosted him. He came up with, it was him and another.
How did you just remember that? You guys didn't talk about that?
Well, no, I know it all the time, but I'm saying to tell it, to share on the story.
I got you.
I hosted him. He was out of Florida, Belgrade. And I remember talking to him. He said, yeah, I like it up here. He said, but I'm going to Ohio State. I said, why'd you come up here? I just want to see the place before we played here. That's what a lot of O State guys that do that are going to go to Ohio State. Like, there's a whole story with Charles Woodson and David Boston, why they have beef. David Boston came up on his recruiting trip, Charles' freshman year. You probably know the story. David Boston came up there just to tell Charles Woodson, I only came up here to some derogatory words and some nasty stuff. And then you saw what happened when they got into it. But anyway, Santonio Holmes ran the same play on the other side. They did not complete it. Turn around, run the same play, opposite side. Ben Roethlisberger recently said something great about this play. I had no business throwing that play, but when you got receivers like Santonio, you can throw a ball like this, you do. Go back to the play start, and I'll tell you what it is. Basically, he's on the inside slot. He's in the slot. They motion down. When you motion down, that gives you control of what the play is, what the call is. You see what the coverage is. You knew they weren't going to go man-to-man, so it'll be some form of zone. What Santonio does a great job of, he gets an inside release. B-Lad, tell him how important is that inside release for Santonio Holmes on this play.
It allows that under route to get free because it knocks those 2 defenders. You think they're going inside right there. That flat route there at the bottom there, that allows that to get open. But since Antonio Holmes is a dog, it doesn't even matter. He just took the outside post to begin with.
100%.
That's one of the best catches of all time.
And then because you have Hines Ward, who still at this time commanded a lot of presence, it attracts Carlos Dansby. Ralph, who I played with in Cleveland for Cleveland, Ralph is watching the flat route. That allows just enough wiggle room with 2 defenders right here, where you got a guy like Ben Roethlisberger, who I don't necessarily like, but it has nothing to do with the harm that he has. He has a hose. He puts it in the spot. Tone's job is to literally get to the back of the end zone on this play, get to the back of the end zone, find the spot, and make sure he stays in bounds. This was, as I look at it now, B-Lad, tell me what you think. I think the throw is better than the catch. I used to call them equal. I think the throw is slightly better than the catch on this one, but he does a great job, and he always did. Even at Ohio State, even with the Jets, we have plenty of plays and games. He's going to find that sideline. He's going to get those feet planted, and he had great hands. Like, Santonio's not dropping a lot of catches, too.
As
like,
a receiver, you always practice that blind catching drill. This is textbook right here, where it's just over the hands right there of Brown.
Because you can't see it, was what you're saying. Because he's
Nope.
blocking you.
You're looking at trajectory.
You think it's going to get tipped or something right about here. The fact that he trusted it is just impressive in itself.
He reaches out, he extends, gets both feet, holds on to it, survives the catch, as the NFL doesn't even know what that means.
I think it's a great throw, but I mean the catch is. I think it's an immaculate catch. Plus, you're right there over, like you said, 2 feet down, and then taking the punishment, holding on to the football. So.
Realistically, though, like this is my counterbalance set. We're not knocking. I hate arguing, but the counterbalance is like if that ball is not precisely at that point, it's not a touchdown.
Yeah,
because Santonio is not Calvin Johnson.
Yeah,
he's not Mike Evans. He's not Keyshawn, Braylon Edwards. Yeah. He is a certain size receiver where he's not jumping. He put his toes exactly where it's supposed to be. He reaches out. Where's the ball when he reaches out? Somehow right in that spot.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And also
so precise.
And also, too, it's just not a regular game. It's also the Super Bowl.
I know, man.
It's also the Super Bowl. So
it's intense.
But I think what happened for them,
great call.
When you run that play on the other side, like Ben has the timing, he has the rhythm, he has the distance. And I think that first one that me and B-Lad talked about, it helped to touch on the second one. Because throwing the first one, he just missed by this much. You're a quarterback as good as Ben Roethlisberger. You get a second chance, you're probably going to do a lot better. I feel bad for one person in this game as we go to the next play. It's Larry Fitzgerald. Larry Fitzgerald, a good friend of mine. Respected him since he was at Pitt. First time I met him, I said, yo, appreciate what you did your junior year after your mom passed. I know how hard that was. That's how we connected. Larry had a game, especially in the fourth quarter. I thought it was over after that 64-yard slant. This is Larry Fitzgerald that ran a slant to the house. He's not a fast wide receiver. But anyway, Steelers win yet again, and here we go. All right, now, next game. This happened twice. Take it back to the beginning, B-Lad. Yep. This has happened twice. The Giants against the Patriots, not favored to win the game, but yet what happens? The Patriots win. This isn't just one of the greatest catches in the Super Bowl, not even one of the greatest plays in the NFL. I'm hard-pressed to find a pass that beats this one. I know this is a lot I talked about. We can have fun. Maybe one day, Shep, we can do your 10, you do your 10, my 10. This throw from this quarterback, that's the other part about it. It's Eli. It wasn't Peyton that made this throw. It wasn't Tom that made this throw. It wasn't Breeze. It wasn't Rodgers. It wasn't Marino. It wasn't Elway. It's Eli. Watch where this throw is. Now, on this play, they're playing a zone like they do 5 across. What do you see at the start of the play right now, B-Lad? Post-snap.
Post-snap. Let's see. Hold on. I'm going to move this a little bit here.
We got 1, 2, 1, 2.
All right, so they're dropping that middle guy right there. So it's looking at some sort of cover 3.
Yep. 100%. They're trying to go on the side of
King.
King
At least Manningham at the bottom of the screen is taking a mandatory outside release. At the top there, I can't really tell. Looks like a little stick play. We run something similar to like that, where that top guy runs a little
cruise and
modified hitch route, and then either a corner or a seam up the middle right there.
100%. Best thing about this play is it was to the boundary. That's the other thing about this play. It's a boundary throw. You know how hard it is to throw a boundary throw that tight on the rope. Eli did a good job of looking to play this way. He drives all the attention this way. Now he really leaves this as a one-on-one. You get no help here. He's going to lay back, and he's going to find a hole. Hit play. Tries to press him to the outside. He finds a hole.
That's his bailout route right there.
100%. Now, the reason why I said the attention on the other side, it attracted, is that Patrick Chung? It is. Patrick Chung on the other side, that attention. Chung came late. You know why he came late? Because he was paying attention to Eli and the attention going the opposite way. Now, this throw right here, in between 2 defenders at the time, throws it to the sideline like it is legitimately where individual doesn't have to go up and high point it. That's the other thing. A lot of times is, are you going to high point it? Are you going to try to catch it over your shoulder? He doesn't even give you a 2-way go. He gives you a 1-way go, which is it's just a great throw.
Right, you see that outside release right about here. Chung has no idea if Manningham's getting the ball or not.
Nope.
So as soon as he keeps his feet moving down the field like that, and we talked about it earlier, that was extremely late hands. Like, that's one of the most impressive things that you can have as a receiver right there, is trusting not only the ball placement, but yourself. And you know you're going to stay in bounds right there. Those late hands, you can see his arms are down. That ball is probably a foot away from him right about here.
And what B Lad's talking about with the late hands, and this is how he reminded me of my college coach. Me and this guy right here, same college coach, Eric Campbell, a.k.a. Soup. He had Mario Manningham, Dave Terrell, myself, Adrian Arrington, Jason Avant, Steve Breston, Ty Streets, Amani Toomer. The list goes on. He's had a ton of guys. He teaches the late hands. When you put the hands, you show them early. Now DBs can knock your hand down. Now DBs know indication, turn and look for the ball. If they turn and look for the ball, this play maybe potentially gets broken up. I don't think it would because his pass was so good. But the late hands allow you to do. Yep. Best person I ever saw the late hands, Randy Moss.
So you get into your route faster, right? Because you don't have to bring your hands up.
Because it does slow you down, 100%.
Speed,
Yeah,
right
so
until he catches the ball.
This catch, this throw, and once again in this spot, this is why how good this play is. Like I can't put Dave Tyree in the top 5, like because you had Elmer's glue on the side of your helmet. All right, here we go. But that action right there, that's it. Rewind it one last time.
Yep.
That action got him.
Sorry.
You're good. Look where he's at. Like he's committed. He's committed to the field. He's committed to the 2x1. He's committed to the side, which holds all of this here. And then once he turns to throw it, Patrick Chung tries to get over late. It's too late. Play is over.
He has that option to the slot there, but you can see that corner. He recognizes that slot receiver. I don't know who is it right now.
Is that Ty Law, 24?
No. He's taking him upfield.
I think it's Victor Cruz.
For that sit route right there.
No, I meant the corner. I'm sorry.
Oh, I got it. No, not Ty.
So that gives Eli the option to go backside and hit his bailout route when you have a receiver like Manningham.
Darren Butler.
Oh,
Darren
okay.
Butler.
So,
all right, let's see what we got for the next one. That was a hell of a play, a hell of a catch. Now, this one, this I think is the greatest concentration play that I've ever seen. I think Justin Jefferson against the Colts is up there as well. But this catch right here, everybody knows what it was. This is when Tom went on Demon Patrol. 28-3. That was the score. And this was the play.
They were trailing.
Did you think that this was a catch when you first saw it?
No.
You thought it was a catch?
Thought it hit
Kool-Aid,
the ground.
thought it was a catch? You thought it was a catch?
I did, and I was going to be mad if they didn't rule it a catch. I was saying it the whole entire time.
I thought this was Julian Edelman doing the greatest sell job that I had ever seen in the NFL.
I thought it hit the ground.
I did too.
Yeah.
And then you saw the replay, and you hear Al Michaels say, that's a catch. This is a hell of a fight. This is what you call making a play. He never stopped trying to get to that ball. I'm not trying to show you a route. I'm not trying to show you late hands. I'm not trying to show. All I'm showing you is you never quit. Inside route, boom, he's up top. He takes it upside the seam. He takes it high up the numbers, comes in. Go back one last time.
It's actually not a good decision by Brady, is it?
It's a terrible decision by Brady.
Yeah.
And remember, he threw a pick 6 right before the half. So this would have been another par for the course for that game.
Yeah.
So
in your own territory. I mean, that's midfield.
Tip. All right, now
he's throwing it from his own territory.
This is the concentration. Ball gets tipped. He had to adjust what he was doing. He was ready to catch it like this. Has to adjust. He adjusts. All right, hit play. As he adjusts, all right, it's all good. He can rock it.
Keep pressing this pause button.
It's fickle. All right, you can let it right there. Boom. Dives in there, still going after it. Who is this? He got completely bent. Like, he's in a bad spot. Like,
Who is this?
It happens on the football field. He was in a bad spot. This catch right here, though, I mean, this was the one where you started to say, they got a shot.
Yeah.
Because it's Brady. It's them. It's the evil empire, as they say. But that catch, I still can't believe he caught it, to be honest. If he ever gets in the Hall of Fame, he can thank this play.
Yeah.
Boom. It bounced off the shin of the defender. All right, next play.
Yep.
Let's see what we got. Trying to play it, he kind of tripped.
Yeah.
It's the Torrey Hunter, but this is a hell of a catch.
At first,
though.
I thought when I first originally saw the clip,
it's a
he
go
was
route.
Awesome like that right there. That DB made a good play.
100%. This actually,
right there.
This is the DB an opportunity, but Lynn Swann, Hall of Famer, one of the best to do it around this era, made a hell of a play. Comes back inside the numbers, because this is a go ball. You never want to catch a go route inside the numbers when you got a wide split.
Yeah.
All right, I believe that is all of them that I have seen right here.
Over and helps up his teammate right away. That's
those
are great, man. Those
we don't have the
guys.
best
Two
one.
of the same Manningham ones for some reason. I definitely put the fifth one in here, but I'm not.
The best one is the Julio Jones catch that meant nothing because they still lost.
You know who else had a really good
that
Super Bowl
catch was
back in the day
freaky.
was Alshon Jeffrey against the Patriots on Eric Rowe, back of the end zone, straight head tap.
We talked about that yesterday. Like, why the hell don't we know why Malcolm Butler didn't play in that game?
Yeah.
I still don't know.
Yeah, we still talk about that.
The top 8, and I didn't do a graphic for this, but I could just run them down, if you will. I had the Maxx McGee Super Bowl I, the infamous one, Green Bay against the Chiefs.
Yep.
He reaches back behind him, catches it with one hand, gets into the end zone. I thought that deserved some love. Yeah. Still a hell of a touchdown.
You used to listen to those stories from Ron Kramer, who played at Michigan, was one of the best players Michigan's ever had. Yeah.
So Ron Kramer is not a player. He's the best athlete the university's ever seen. He was a letter in 7 sports.
Yeah, he was
Different
incredible.
times, but
I did radio games with him, and on the plane he would talk about those Green Bay Packer championship teams. It's pretty cool stuff. Go ahead.
Here's another catch that didn't matter because this team didn't win. The Jermaine Kearse catch.
Oh, yeah.
Seattle versus the Patriots.
Yeah.
Remember the infamous one? He jumps up, catches, tips, falls on it in his chest, gets up, runs, gets tackled. And then we know what happened.
Yeah.
They didn't give the ball to Marshawn. They don't win. But that catch, then I said the Julio Jones catch.
Pete Carroll was forced to defend
100%.
his decisions. Yep.
David Terry, I gave 6.
Okay.
Gave it the 6 catch. And then we saw the other 5.
Yeah, we saw
Jermaine
the top
Mario,
5.
Lynn
Yeah.
Swan, Julio, Maxx McGee at 100%. There's a lot of catches, but there's a lot of great receiver performances, and I really wanted to dive into that, but
it was really good. I really enjoyed it. Enjoyed it. Good stuff. But speaking of football, there's a guy who's been pretty loud that he wants to be on the move, and maybe the Lions are a destination.
Did he play somewhere in the area? Maybe.
He did. Played somewhere in the area. Actually, is from somewhere in the area too. Even though he played high school in Texas. We'll talk about that when we come back on the Braylon Edwards Show after a brief timeout. For first, a word from Dr. Pierce and Buddy's Pizza.
Now, if it had been like best catches from like conference round, you might have seen it be easy appearance up
6.
in there.
I might have seen 6.
Hey, there you go. You remember quick. Attention sports fans, don't miss expert sports injury insights from Dr. Jeff Pierce of Michigan Sports and Science. In fact, you'll see him today on the show. We got some clips and we got some things that Doc is actually excited to talk about today. He's also on Big D Energy on Tuesdays. Man, trust the guy we trust. If you got anything, whether it's a back, a knee, a neck, an ankle, whatever you have, he can diagnose and make sure you're good. A lot of times people think their injuries are more than what they are. All you need is the right diagnosis from the right guy. And that guy is Dr. Jeff Pierce.
Hey, Buddy's Pizza needs really no introduction. If you're from this area, you know all about Buddy's Pizza because they've been celebrating 80 years of the original Detroit-style pizza. If you're not from this area and you're looking for an original Detroit-style pizza, there's only one place to go. It's Buddy's. And you're going to probably either attend or host some type of Super Bowl gathering this weekend. Buddy's Catering is the place to be to make it nice and easy and relatively inexpensive. You can save 20% on your next catering order of $200 or more when you order with the promo code Woodward20. Visit buddyspizza.com/catering for their entire menu options.
No side effects, no mistake. Chill Sub-Zero, icy and true. Feel the chill. It's all for you. It's not magic, just science play. Chill Sub-Zero.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. ThenFights.com.
To any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men and claim your throne for a king's treatment from one of our talented stylists. Open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Just get to a Lady Jane's today and receive a precision haircut, scalp massage, hot lather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment. A haircut should not be a chore. It should be an experience. And that's exactly what Lady Jane's has to offer. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins are always welcome. There's always a location near you. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon. Braylon Edwards and Shepard Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
Black Rock Bar and Grill, still the place to sizzles rock this Valentine's Day with the hottest steakhouse around. That is Black Rock, in case you were wondering. The only thing hotter than your date, it will be the steak on the stone. And the steak on the stone, you can cook your steak to perfection. 755 degrees of volcanic rock, so you can make it happen. And your lady will be excited, or whoever you choose to bring on this Valentine's Day. But you got to call ahead. You got to reserve, because if you don't reserve, you won't have a seat. Priority seating is a thing. So just make sure you call a little bit of ahead. Actually, why don't you get on the phone right now? And speaking of news, mention Woodward Sports and you get 20% off the food bill. I don't know about you, 20% off sounds good for Valentine's Day. It's not just a meal, it's an experience. Only at Black Rock Bar and Grill.
You also want to look good on Valentine's Day. How do you do that? Here's what you want to do. Guys, come in to Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. They'll take care of you. You will look a lot better leaving than you do coming in. And it's really easy. You walk in, you sign in. Before you know it, you're in the chair, you're having a nice conversation, you look great, and you're out the door. That's how it works at Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Easy, simple, uncomplicated, and wicked awesome.
Shout out to my boy Brendan, who found the Julio Jones clip. We'll show that real quick and dive
let's see that.
the other guy, because that is big news. I'll sit here. I already put my my wireless mic in the whole show. I tucked it away, but
sorry go ahead. About that, Chad. It was a little bit over to my left.
It was a little bit over to the left. It's all good. Now, on this play, this is that same game that Edelman that we talked about. The reason why this catch was so amazing is Julio Jones is a big dude. He's 6'5", big guy. He's fast, long range, kind of like a Calvin Jones type receiver with the wingspan, like the reach that he has. It's a long reach. He can make a lot of catches. This one still caught me off guard. Like, knowing the wingspan that he had, I was like, God. And he was able to get his feet in bounds. Yep. Ladies and gentlemen, Matt Ryan loads it up on the sideline.
Let's go back a little bit.
Oh, my God. Like, you talk about throws. Patriots DBs just can't. They struggle in coverage from time to time. Just look at the extension on that.
How is this similar or dissimilar to Santonio Holmes, since the guy's in front of him, just like Santonio Holmes.
Right.
You're up against the boundary.
Right. Yep.
Only in this case, Julio Jones doesn't have his feet planted yet, but he does get him in bounds. How is it similar? And
because you have more to worry about and more intangibles with this type of play. With Santonio, all you're really worrying about, I can put this on. All right, it's not the headphones, it's the microphone. Yeah. All you worry about with Santonio, boom, I got my feet tucked. All this is good. All you now need to worry about, catching the ball, keeping it tucked, securing through. This joker has to jump. He's 6'5". So for him to have to be this high off the ground lets you know how far up that ball was thrown.
Yeah.
So I got to leap up. I got to go find this ball, snag the ball, and then on my way down, find a way to tap 2 feet.
Yeah.
Like, it's a lot to think about and process in that space.
And it looked like a longer developing play as well.
But once he got those feet planted, he's just catching, falling, and making sure I don't fumble. That was the most important part, making sure I secure. Julio's got to go up. Now I'm up. Now I got it. Now I got to find the sideline.
Find it first, right.
Find the sideline. Like, both feet are off the ground.
I know.
This isn't like
and they're spread wide. It's not like he's up together. They're spread wide. He's got to get one down and then concentrate to get the other one down. The athleticism is nuts on this play.
This showcased at this time because I was always a Julio Jones #1, AB #2, and then maybe AB had it for one season, but I was a Julio Jones guy. This showcased all that Julio Jones was. It showcased the speed, the physicality. It showcased the skill. It showcased the hands. It showcased the awareness to be able to find the ball, and it showcased big play ability. Like, this is everything in one play.
Mm-hmm.
Boom.
Braylon, you think he got turf toe on the way down right there?
100%. It was never the same.
Yeah.
His foot was never the same after this play.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Turf toe is a real thing. I used to laugh
sure
at
is.
Dion when I was younger, and my senior year going into training camp, I got a version of turf toe, which basically is when your sesamoid bone cracks. Yeah. I got a version of that. Like, I got a hairline crack.
It's beyond painful.
I had to sit out for a week of training camp. Yeah. And Dion's, it pretty much sent him to the retirement before he came back.
It's beyond painful.
Yeah, it's tough.
Hey, just real quick
catch.
before we get to
that's my favorite catch. That and Mario.
Yeah, that is something else right there. I mean, I just can't get over how he's able to do all that while in the air and still be able to concentrate and recognize where
his feet were still together. Even as he was sliding out of bounds, he kept his feet together, to make sure you
even
knew.
Harmon behind him's got to go, whoo.
Like, watch how, look at his feet stay together the whole time he's sliding. Like, he's like, I just want you to know they was in there.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but Eric Rowe always has some sort of crazy catch on him. Like, even like
true.
I said about Alshon Jeffrey with the Eagles.
Because he's always out of position. He's always out of position.
All right, real quick, before we get to
the ball
to the Lions situation here and what could happen, we had talked about the Gavin McKenna thing real quick. There's clarification from Penn State where they said that a guy intentionally harassed McKenna's mom, called her a whore.
I figured that's what it was.
McKenna left. He got really hot, left the bar to go outside to cool down.
Guy followed?
The guy followed him.
Oh, yeah.
That is the word. He left what's called the restaurant. So it is a restaurant bar.
Okay.
And told him that he followed him to the parking lot. And when he followed him to the parking lot, that's when it was on. So just some clarification there in case people were wondering a little bit. All right, that's
counter lawsuit.
That's from Penn State.
The definition of F around and find out.
What? 1,000%.
Amen.
Can we get a countersuit?
Yeah, I love that.
Give me a countersuit.
I love that.
I'm gonna knock you out and I'm gonna sue you.
We know what do the Lions need more than anything else?
Jesus.
Well, everybody does.
I was trying to pass my blessing. Passing my blessing.
What do we think the Lions? If I said rank their needs, go.
Left center edge backer.
Left tackle.
Yes.
So, okay. Left tackle, center edge backer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. I'd probably go
DB2.
Yep. I'd probably go tackle, guard, center, edge, DB.
Okay. I'd probably go center, edge, tackle, safety. That's probably where I'd go. Kool-Aid?
Yeah, me, I'm going center, safety, edge, tackle.
Okay, I thought the edge might be higher for all of us, by the way. But Maxx Crosby has come out and said, I've had enough of this blank show. Okay, maybe similar to what you said in Cleveland. We're going to play a piece of sound that he said before last season about, being part of the silver and black and getting that big money and all that other stuff, because people are always wondering, where else would you go? Listen to this, and then here's the possible scenario. Go ahead.
There's a couple guys. If they tell you they're playing, they're playing.
I think his time with the Raiders is done.
I do.
Okay. Before the draft?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Is there a landing spot that makes sense in your opinion?
A ton of them. I'm not going to say what it is yet because I'm going to try and help it out.
Sure. What kind of haul do you think realistically a Maxx Crosby gets in general?
He probably more than Micah. So the day it happened, no less than 20 teams called me and asked, dude, is this real? Can we get him? What's it for? I'm like, God, we're not there yet, but yes, it's real.
Do you think his time with the Raiders is done because that's a Raiders decision or because that's a Maxx Crosby decision?
They didn't want to do it. But he was just like, I'm not going through another rebuild.
Yeah, okay, that's great stuff. And that's Jay Glazer, one of the premier insiders in the NFL. But Maxx Crosby has also said prior to the season last year, and this is what I thought we were getting. He said, look, if there's one team I'd like to play for, it's Detroit, which got us all buzzing, right? We were all fired up for that. I guess my question was, and he brought up the Parsons deal, okay?
Yeah.
So just to refresh people's memory, Micah Parsons went to Green Bay for Kenny Clark, who was an established defensive tackle and a very good one.
Right.
A first-round pick in 2026 and a first-round pick in 2027. All right, that's what the Cowboys got out of it. Jerry Jones actually looks pretty good, better now than I think when it was originally done. What would it take to get a guy like Maxx Crosby, do you think?
I don't know, but I want to start here. Why would he accumulate more Micah Parsons? These are the type of deals and situations that they confuse me a little bit. Like, he hasn't done what Micah Parsons has done. He's not worth or more valuable than Micah Parsons to me. I think Maxx Crosby is slightly overrated.
Wow.
I think he's a damn good. I think he's a damn good player, but they act like he's ever had 18 sacks or 19 sacks or 20 sacks or even led the league in sacks. Like, he's a damn good player, but let's pipe down when we talk about, he's gonna garner more than Micah, and this is why. Micah's done something that only one other player has ever done. And look at the impact that Micah had just in the time that he played. So we got to pipe down with that. I don't know what the haul will look like. I would say the same, because it's a year later, it's inflation, the whole 9 yards, and it's what you're willing to get. That's what an athlete is worth. Based on that, I don't know if it's worth it for the Detroit Lions. The reason why I led with tackle and center is because if they get the offensive line together, they don't have to be as great on the other side. But if you want to go Maxx Crosby and spend all that money, now you got Maxx Crosby, a center, and then you're in the draft. So
I can counter that a little bit.
Okay,
So
let's go.
say Maxx Crosby, you're not putting him in the same conversation as Micah. I feel like Micah had a lot more better dudes around him, which allowed him to produce more. I feel like, with Crosby being on the Raiders, it's kind of the same thing as Hutch.
It is.
Hutch can get schemed against, and you've seen it. Hutch gets sacks. Our pass rush win rate is down. It's like one of the worst in the league. So that's what the Lions need to focus on the most. Is you have Hutchinson, but teams can scheme against him real well. Sacks are sacks. You got Al-Qadim Muhammad, who recorded 7 sacks on the year. Hutchinson even had a lot of sacks on the year, but their pass rush win rate was bottom of the league. I feel like if you actually go out and get a guy opposite of Hutch, because you can put them in the same category for sure.
Yeah.
But then again, Crosby didn't have anybody opposite of him in Vegas. I was about to say Oakland, but
Micah Parsons has been Defensive Player of the Year. Both of them have made 5 Pro Bowls, which I don't know how much that matters. Parsons is a 3-time All-Pro. Okay.
Yeah, Pro Bowls don't mean anything, because Shedeur Sanders is a Pro Bowler.
Correct. Right. That's why I say the All-Pro.
Okay, I got you.
All-Pro does mean something.
Yeah.
And Micah Parsons, to Braylon's credit, has had double-digit sacks in all 5 years he's been in the league.
Yeah.
Maxx Crosby's been in the league. He's got 4 double-digit sacks. It's not like he's, I don't think he's overrated. I think he's a phenomenal player.
He's like 10, 7, 12 and a half, 14. Yeah, 7.5 and 10, based on playing 12 games 2 years ago, and he played.
Yeah, and he got 14 and a half in 1 year, right? Like you said.
But he's been in the league 9 years. Like, there's a bunch of guys with 14 and a half.
Okay, I didn't think he was in the league that long. My bad. Okay, I thought he was in. I thought he's only been in the league
7?
like 6 or 7 years. 7 years. Parsons 5 years. Right. So there's not a huge delineation there. I think he's a phenomenal player. I would call him. I would say along with Parsons, of course. Obviously, nobody's as good as Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett, Parsons, Bosa. Okay, in San Francisco is phenomenal. I think Maxx Crosby and Aiden Hutchinson are right in there. I do.
Yeah.
If a guy needs, and let's face it, Parsons did have help in Green Bay, but he helped the other guy too. Okay, so I hate that argument where one guy's getting more help than the other. No one says that about Jerry Rice and John Taylor, and for good reason, because they both helped each other. But Jerry Rice is the greatest wide receiver of all time.
Thanks.
All these guys, it's okay to say you're a complimentary player to the other guy, even when you are, to a certain extent, a superstar.
Also, too, I think the big thing for me is it's not necessarily about knocking Maxx Crosby. It's not looking at him and saying, he's not as good as Micah Parsons. That's not what I'm doing. What I'm saying is, if you're going to tell me I'm going to have to give up more than what Micah Parsons got, now I'm looking at the player a little more descriptively. Now I'm looking at the player a little more detailed. Now I'm checking every play. Now I'm checking every snap. Now I'm looking through the last 2 years. Why did he play 12 games this year? Why did he play 15 years? Why does he have 4 seasons with single-digit sacks? Like, because you're talking about an astronomical number. It's just like when we talked about Jared Goff. Like, I don't care when you're making $35 million. You can't make that throw. 53, sir.
Things are absolutely
100%.
different.
So if I got to pay that type of money, I'm just looking a little harder.
Right. But absolutely, facts. But I would just say, just because Micah Parsons got dealt last year for a player in 2 first, and Maxx Crosby is going to expect more or as much, if not more, it's because it's another year later. Okay, and that's what happens. Guys don't always get paid the same the year before because things change, right? And again, when you say he's underrated, he is a guy who's he's never been a first-team All-Pro, but he has been 2-time second-team All-Pro, 52.5 sacks the last 5 years. That's big stuff.
That's tough.
That's really good. It's not Myles Garrett. Nobody said he was, but that's really good stuff. What would you have to surrender? What would you be willing to surrender? If you were the Lions.
Trey Hendrickson's got better numbers. Just throwing that out.
Right. He had 17.5 in each of the previous 2 years before this year. Yeah. Right. If I asked you, he's older though. He's also 31. If I asked you, and you want guys in your prime, but if I asked you, the Lions give up this year's first, next year's first, and a future third, and get Crosby and a future third, would you do that? Because that's at least the early indication of what it's going to take. At least 2 firsts and a third. Would you do that?
Yeah.
So would I.
100%.
So would I. You're addressing a need. At 17 this year, you can get a starting offensive tackle. Correct. You could get a center. You could get a guard. All right. You could get a safety. Caleb Downs isn't falling, but you could get a high-end player at a position you think you need. None of them will come into camp with this type of cachet at a position of need.
If they're going to go their route, then they're not going to be able to use the draft this year. That means Brad's going to have to do something that he's not necessarily good at, and that's using free agency in the offseason. Because you're not going to have that draft pick. You're not going to have one next year. That means this year, it's like Framber Valdez. All right, boom. That means you're locked and loaded, and you're going all in on it. So if they're going that route, then that means they're willing to pay for some players that are going to come this season, which means other contracts are going to get pushed down the road a little bit.
And remember this, they don't have a 3rd-round pick this year. Okay, they have a second round. Yeah, there you go. But remember,
I'm not laughing. I'm not laughing at him. I'm laughing at the utilization of him based on what you did to get him.
Remember when we did the show for that? Yeah. What did he say? He's like, man, you don't have a 3rd-round pick. You're using a lot of it's. It's not like they gave up 3 third rounds. There's a misnomer out there. What they did is they moved in the 3rd round. Okay, so really it's 2 third rounders, but one of them is for this year. Yeah, and that's a big pick. You should get a starter out of that.
The thing that I do like though, B-Lad, to bring you back in this conversation. The thing I like about bringing in Maxx Crosby, if you do it, if it works out, you now don't have to worry as much about the back end. Right. When you got these 2 dudes coming off that are monsters off the edge playing off each other, you don't have to worry about the safety play or the secondary play as much. And you don't have to go out and get a safety and 2 more DBs. It's like, all right, we got Maxx Crosby. We just need maybe a safety to make sure that we're good in case one of these guys doesn't come back the right way, and hope that these 2 that we already have, one we paid and one that we're still trying to see if he's going to be worthy of the pick 2 years ago.
And, that goes back to the pass rush win rate. That's how you disrupt offenses. Yeah. Is putting that pressure on the quarterback.
Especially in this conference.
Correct. Yes.
When you have guys who are as mobile, I know that's a big deal now in all the NFL, but especially in this conference. When you have Caleb Williams and you have Jordan Love and you've got You've got Jordan Love, and then you've got guys like Jaden Daniels, right, and Jackson Dart and Jalen Hurts. We can go all the way down the line. Bryce Young, Baker Mayfield, all these guys. Brock Purdy. These guys can move. You need guys off the edge who can move too. And Hutchinson and Crosby can both move.
Saturday, you'll see how important that edge. Sunday, you'll see how important that edge is. Yeah, keeping quarterbacks off their square.
Oh yeah.
And see what it looks.
Dominant front four, you're set.
I'm telling you.
So
I'm telling you, the Patriots might be the team.
Ooh, that could be a precursor to tomorrow when you make your draft pick or when you make your pick in the Super Bowl.
Vrabel is a lot of 6 blitzes, 5 blitzes. He's not going to just go 4 like the Rams.
Sam Darnold better be ready. Kool-Aid's got that sound from Maxx Crosby. This is what he had to say about a possible different destination before the season began. Go ahead.
If the Raiders were off the table, who would be one other team you'd play for?
Keeping it real. We are keeping it real. The Lions.
That's just because it's close to all of us.
Exactly.
Nice. See, he was born in Lapeer, ended up moving to Texas, and that's where he went to high school.
He came back for Eastern.
And then he came back to Eastern. He went to Colleyville. That's where it was, Colleyville, Texas. Left Lapeer, went to Colleyville, Texas. Didn't get hardly any Division I offers. Comes to Eastern Michigan, an absolute wrecking ball, and then the rest is history.
Yep.
And I was fortunate because I called all his games at Eastern Michigan. Really good dude.
Yeah.
And constant pursuit. The thing that you love about these types of guys, whether it be Parsons or Garrett or Crosby or Hendrickson or Hutchinson or any of those guys, right? I like Brian Burns. He's a really good player. Yeah. The motor is high-level stuff. The give a shit level, the gas level's super high. Yeah. When this dude's putting up these types of numbers, all right, to B-Led's point, when he's putting up these type of numbers on a crap team that is winning 3 games a year and you're not going anywhere, and he's the guy who says, hold on a second, I don't want you to tell me that I can't play today. I want to play.
Yeah.
That tells me something about the guy.
Yeah, he's got a high motor, and that's what you want. He fits, Campbell and Holmes, they seem to have a very set culture of what they want. I feel like he can fit in perfectly.
Yeah.
He's one of their guys that kind of portrays that message.
Mm-hmm. To your point, Myles Garrett is on a bad team. However, Myles' defense has been very, very compatible to him and balancing ideas and allowing him to have that success. You're looking at, Myles Garrett he broke the record. Yeah, but his defense has been really good under Schwartz, 100%. So he can do more with that. And
he's been the primary reason they're that good, though.
True, but what I'm saying is he has plays the playoff. His defensive tackles have been good. The other side, whether it was Darius Smith and a couple other guys, have been good. And then Denzel Ward in your back end is a $120 million corner. Yeah. So that definitely. And now you got the Schwarzinger,
Schlesinger. He's going to be Defensive Rookie of the Year. Yeah,
1,000%. Also, last thing that Maxx, he does do well. He gets his hands up.
Yeah, he bats down balls.
He gets his hands up.
Yeah. We saw that against Philadelphia this year.
Yeah.
I felt like we couldn't catch a break. Yeah. Every single one of Goff's passes were getting.
To your point, Trey Hendrickson plays on a really bad defense, and look at his numbers on a pretty regular basis.
He's not really good versus the run, though.
He's not.
Right.
Yeah.
Maxx can't.
Where's Crosby?
His name's come up a lot of times here. Some people believe that Maxx Crosby might be out of the realm of possibilities for the Lions, and they're like, what about Trey Hendrickson? So, if you're going to have – these are some big-ticket guys. I part of me just doesn't think that the Lions are going to actually make a move on those.
They would have to be very creative to do that. So, in fairness –
This is the perfect era.
It is.
Creativity with these contracts has gotten amazing.
Absolutely it has. You're already going to have Goff restructure. That's the guess, to free up $40 million.
You would assume so.
Okay. You're gonna, and they may ask somebody else to restructure.
Yeah.
So that's a possibility. I don't know who that would be. Probably save some money with David Montgomery, right?
Could be.
So this is who you're going to have to get unless you're going to get a guy you feel is going to come off the edge and be an absolute terror. I mean, and I suppose that's a possibility, but I don't know if you'll be in a position at 17 to get that. That's the problem. So
package, yeah.
Yeah, I see Dime in the chat. He's like, finally, talk about Trey Hendrickson. But there's also a contingent of people who believe that secondary is what's the problem. That you can put the edge or the opposite of Hutch, and if those safeties and those cornerbacks are not as reliable, you're still going to get gassed by a lot of the quarterbacks who can extend plays, like the Caleb Williams of the league and a lot of these young quarterbacks who we see getting their teams into the playoffs. And that's where I think the name I've seen second most behind Trey Hendrickson is Carlton Davis. You talk about two names, Carlton Davis and Zeitler, man. I feel like if you had those guys over this past season, Lions' fortunes are tremendously different. tremendously.
Yeah, but to Braylon's point, if you've got those guys who can chase those quarterbacks down, and you don't always have to chase them down, you just got to make them uncomfortable to throw off balance, to throw sooner than they wanted, right? Or maybe to run out of bounds. Or if you have two guys like that, and they play a lot of snaps,
it should make the
think about that
better,
for a
the
second.
secondary better.
It should make the secondary better.
I agree with that.
Right,
And if
Shepard blitzing at least 60% of the time too, so that automatically puts your secondary
in the tight spot.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If I said to you, look, I mean, here's a guy, you got two guys like that who can do that, and you've got DJ Reed and you've got Terrion Arnold coming back next year. I know it's not the perfect scenario, but look, I mean, they are experienced guys. I love the fact that you would have two defensive ends. This is Pollyanna stuff. Hutchinson played 91% of the snaps. Maxx Crosby played 94% of the snaps. He doesn't come off the field. That's big. That's really important. So that's the way I'm looking at it anyway. Anything else from the chat before we hit the final break of the day?
We got definitely some super chats I would love to get to on the other side.
I would love for you to get those.
And
On the other side of the break is what you're saying?
We'll take commercial breaks right now. Say what up, Doe, to some friends, and then we'll come back and get to these super chats.
What up, Doe, to break. Go.
Let's go.
All right.
You know how some things are so good they should be world famous, but they're not? Our house-made vinaigrette is one of those things. And the antipasto salad, we drizzle it over. Same with our hand-battered chicken tenders. Original recipe soups and pasta sauces. It's almost as if our original, world-famous Detroit-style pizza is mocking them. And that's not very nice.
Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men and claim your throne for a king's treatment from one of our talented stylists. Open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Just get to a Lady Jane's today and receive a precision haircut, scalp massage, hot lather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment. A haircut should not be a chore. It should be an experience. And that's exactly what Lady Jane's has to offer. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins are always welcome. There's always a location near you. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. ThenFights.com.
It's game on at Art & Jake's. Wings, burgers, pizza, and ice-cold drinks served up with attention to detail. Wall-to-wall TVs, great service, and a vibe that keeps your crew coming back. Art & Jake's, a sports bar setting with a fine dining flavor.
When you have everything you need to get stronger, just around the corner, you can give everything you've got.
Just 30 more seconds.
With over 2,800 locations, there's always a Planet Fitness near you. Join the club today and get your first month free. Just $1 down, $15 a month. No commitment. Deal ends Friday, February 13th.
See what you got.
Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet.
And we back.
Like, getting on a swimsuit because your husband's crazy. The swimsuit edition of Sports Illustrated because your husband's crazy. Like, body definitely is not Sports Illustrated swimsuit worthy. Just my opinion.
He's referring to
Patrick Mahomes and Brittany Mahomes.
Brittany Mahomes.
I'm just like, the body looks hella basic. Like, there's no hip definition. I don't know, man. Yeah, just saying.
It does help to have the last name. There's no question about it.
It's
not horrible, but it's not in the same realm.
It's like the demeanor, maybe. Like, her demeanor is just like, I'm here.
Yeah, it doesn't help that you've watched episodes like I have with her, and you recognize I would run for the hills.
This is true, but
okay.
I can disassociate that and just
I
look
can't.
at I'm just looking at the energy on the picture, and it just looks like,
yeah,
my husband made me do this. Like,
okay,
it's not like strike the pose.
Yeah. I would say this. She's no Elle McPherson or Christy Brinkley. Go ahead.
Facts.
Go ahead.
What was Kathy Ireland back in the day?
Let me fix my face before I go.
Was a big
I wasn't over here thinking about those names that he just said. That
Family Guy? Cheryl Teagues of the Family Guy.
Hey, look. Shout out to you guys, man, for being here. Sending in those super chats and smashing that like button. If you didn't get a chance to, go on ahead.
I'm going to get
hit
some hate
that
mail.
Like no.
I'm going to get some body shaming hate mail.
Well.
All right, we'll just say Tyra Banks.
Well,
How's that?
Here's the first one.
Her forehead, man. It was killing me.
No.
We were pulling for you. We were all pulling for you. All right, I'm sorry. I digress. I digress.
She used to wear that thing proudly, bro.
All right.
Mahomes does have kind of like, she does have like a Tyra Banks thing going with the forehead, though. That's fair.
I'll let you know when I
Bray
find
is
it.
on one today, dog. $4.99 super chat from Dante. He says, wow. I didn't realize Braylon Edwards was not a fan of people who have height deficiency. LOL, I'm just kidding, guys. It's a joke. Go Pistons.
That's funny.
Hey,
well done. Well played.
That was hilarious. Shout out Dante, man.
That was pretty good. I got nothing. I was about to say something. I was about to be like, which is true. One of my longtime good friends. We went to high school, Michigan. He became my manager at one point. Like, he's 5'6", so, you know. But then when I was thinking in my head, Shep, you know what I heard in my head?
What?
Well, I got a black friend. So I was like, I'm not going to say it.
I got plenty of black friends.
I got
you know
a short
that?
friend. Yeah. My apologies.
Hey, just Lil Brian with
Please don't cancel me.
With the $4.99 super chat says, yo, Bray, I asked the heavyweights which one of you guys would survive Diamond Gym, and they said you. What do you think?
I would. You know, I'm not going to tell you I wouldn't, like, you know, probably go to my – because I'm about to work out. Like, I'm about getting it in. So, Hottie, love those dudes. I love what they do. I'm not one of the ones that's like, oh, man, like this – all that yelling and all that barking. That's not how you work out, and they're doing bad sets. I get it. They want extra energy. They just want effort. I would love to go and get broke off. Like, I see A.J. Brown just went, I think, a couple days ago. I would love to go to Diamond Gym. I would be down for the gym. You seen this?
That'd be an experience.
I'll show you. There's a new group online over the last 8 months, especially the last 3 that have taken off, and they just have a gym in Philadelphia where people come and just get it in, but it's old school. It's like the Powerhouse on 6 Mile and Woodward. Okay. You go in there, it's old weight, clicking, clacking, clanging and banging, old school swag, yelling in your face. If you don't do the rep, hey, that's 100 push-ups. Everything is to failure.
I like that.
Yeah, it's like one of them, It's like pumping iron with Arnold back in the day.
I love that. I'm not saying I could do it, but I do love that. Yeah.
I would have to pray about my knees and my back before I went in there, but but you know, I would
do
go.
upper body. Just do arms, tries. You know.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna walk out looking like Johnny
Chest.
Bravo.
Yeah, there you go. All right, AJ. Kool-Aid?
Yeah, we got 3 more in here. Michael Wary with the $5 super chat. He wears the #1 crown today.
The crown is yours.
Just Kool-Aid, do you see another move by our Pistons? I think we still need another shooter, and that was before the trade deadline. Even after the trade deadline,
Is it 7 minutes left? It's 4 o'clock today, or did it die at 3?
I think it was 3.
3? Okay.
Yep.
Nothing done.
Nothing done. There was some other smaller deals that went down.
Thomas was let go, right?
Mathering to the Clippers, I believe.
See, I like that move.
Yeah. Cam Thomas was let go.
Cam Thomas was let go. Yeah.
So I was saying,
I like the Matherin. That would have been something I would have been interested
yeah,
in.
when I first saw his name.
What did he go for? Do you remember?
I don't remember. It wasn't much though. I remember it wasn't much.
That would have been a good fit here.
Yeah, it seemed like they were just getting him out of there. Oh, I think Zubac actually. Ivan Zubac actually. It's decent. Going back to Pacers. If they're pairing him up with Tyrese Halliburton and Pascal Siakam, that could be a good move. But I thought Matherin, it was just a bucket, man.
Yeah.
I don't know why the Pacers cooled on him, but it's interesting. 2 players that both fan bases argued who was better between Ivy and Matherin. Both of them get traded at this deadline after getting picked
and they went back to back. Yeah, 5 and 6 respectively. Yeah.
Yep.
Good one. Okay.
Yeah, and
so no additional moves by the Pistons.
Nah.
That's the breaking news.
If they add somebody to be, via waiver wire like a Cam Thomas, that's now who everyone is like putting their focus on.
Would you
now.
like
I've seen
that?
the chat. I'd be okay with it, but he wasn't having the best year. Now, knowing the past, he was doing good, and maybe a change of scenery is the best for a Cam
Who would
Thomas.
be the guy then gets let go from the roster?
And that's the tough part.
That's always what has to be considered.
Yep.
Okay, it's not just adding the guy.
We ain't
It's
got
great
no
to have a
Isaac
guy.
Jones.
But who's right? Everybody's contributing. Who's the guy gone? Well, suddenly somebody gets an injury. That's what happens. Bray, you you got a little bit of a quad issue. Oh, yeah, that's right. I know. That's what happens. They go on IR.
Oh, yeah. How did I forget that?
Yeah.
Yep. We got a couple more in here. And let me see here. Michigan Go Blue, $4.99 Super Chat says, is this whole situation extremely disrespectful to Scooble? Even though he won arbitration, he still probably feels like he is not wanted.
I disagree. I think at this point, when he got $32 million, more money than he's ever seen. He won the case. He's also still up at the end of the year potentially, so he can rock out if he truly is happy with this city and then make more money than he's ever made. Also, too, Framber Valdez this year. I don't think he's worried about that at all.
I mean, he goes from $10 million to the worst case scenario would be $19 million. In other words, he almost doubled his salary, but instead he more than tripled his salary, and that's disrespectful. Are you effing kidding me? Come on.
If I was Scooble, I'm kicking my feet up.
And they're going to be tough this year, but he's pitching well.
Yeah, he's got a chance to win. He's got a chance to possibly get to the World Series with this team, which will also heighten his value for next year. He chose, or he and his group chose,
the best option.
Well, not to get a deal done. Now, I'm not saying he should have taken it just because the Tigers put it in front of him. I wouldn't have signed it either. But let's not cry poor for Tarek Skubal today, okay? He won the arbitration case of $32 million.
I'm with you.
And everybody loves him, okay? Where's the disrespect? This word disrespect, I'm so tired of it. Where's the disrespect?
Yeah.
Disrespect me for $32 million, please. Okay? Go ahead. Please, that'd be great.
I'm with you. I agree.
Last one. Holy mother.
That one got me.
It's unbelievable.
Disrespect me.
It really is.
Disrespect
It's
me for
unbelievable.
$32 million.
Yeah.
That's a clip.
Yeah. His forehead is too big.
You know what? Yeah, let me read this one. We just got one. We got two now in there. I thought we only had one more.
All right.
Braylon Edwards, $9.99 Super Chat. He just jumped to number one crown. Her forehead is too big. Crying emoji.
Oh, no, I
Go
gotta do this.
blue.
I gotta do this. I don't get it.
Hey, look, man, it's the first time I ever contributed to my own show in the chat, man. I'm now officially a part of the chat, man. I appreciate you guys, man.
Yeah, and this last one from Charles, a few weeks ago, he said this is the best show on the network.
I appreciate
$2
you,
Super
Charles.
Chat. He says Brad's out of time. He needs to do that deal.
I don't see a big forehead.
Shep's over there. Look, Shep went back to take a look.
Yeah.
Shep
Okay,
just-
it's a little high, I guess. Okay, I could buy that.
Maybe it's a long face. Maybe that should have been the comment. Maybe it's a longer face.
I get your
I'm just really-
forehead comment.
I'm
That's
just
not
messing.
exactly where my eyes go, but I understand where you're going.
Yeah, but I had to talk about that to not talk about something else.
All right, are we all caught up?
Yeah.
Or we got another
Almost.
one? All right. Tomorrow, chips.
Yeah, tomorrow we'll talk about Super Bowl snacks.
We're going to put Super Bowl snacks.
Yeah.
We're going to put Stanley Edwards. He's got himself a Super Bowl party, and he's got a really cool list of various foods that he's going to be having ready for anybody who shows up. So we're going to have some snacks. We're going to talk about that. And we've got some Super Bowl trivia for you to kind of see just how much you enjoy that big game and how much you know the history of that big game.
Pistons play tonight.
Pistons play Washington. That should be an ass kicking.
Oh, is AD playing?
I don't care if Cade Cunningham
It should
plays
be
or
load
not.
management.
I don't care if JB Bickerstaff coaches or not. I don't care if every starter on that team.
This is how
could
good
sit.
the Pistons are now, baby. I love it.
They could sit every starter and they should be able to win with the backups.
Yeah,
That's how much better I think they are than Washington. Am I wrong there?
I'm throwing out. I'm
exactly
throwing out
right,
a number
bro.
tonight.
Okay, throw out a number.
Dennis Jenkins 30.
I was just about to say I got Jenkins with 18.
Yeah.
I got Javonte Green with 23.
23.
23.
How many does Trae Young score?
No.
Huh?
None.
None?
Nah. Let me give Trae Young a 19, 9, and 2.
Give me the time when Anthony Davis gets hurt.
4 minutes and 32 seconds into the first.
Into the first.
Into
Okay.
the first.
All right. That's good.
What's the injury going to be?
Probably be. He's already had a hangnail, so it can't be a hangnail this season.
I
would say jersey cut.
He picked up the lob and he slammed it down.
It'd be a jersey cut.
You're a regular.
I was going to
Jordan.
suggest the injured eyelid, like Chris Brown, the old Tigers third baseman, did back in the day. Injured eyelid, but he wears goggles, so that's not possible.
He's making up injuries out there.
Today, dog.
Making up injuries.
It's fun stuff here, man.
Less Tyra Banks, more football tomorrow, I promise. We'll see you tomorrow, 2 o'clock, here on Woodward.
Let's go.
Looking for your daily sports fix? Look no further. Join Braylon Edwards, the University of Michigan legend.
Lofting it right corner of the end zone for Braylon, up in the air. Touchdown, Michigan!
And Shep.
Do you believe this comeback?
Your favorite sports commentator as they tackle the hottest topics in the world of sports. Catch the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep, Monday through Friday from 2 to 4 p.m. on the Woodward Sports Network. Get ready to laugh, learn, and love sports like never before.